It's prep basketball for your Saturday, some midday action here on the Rural Radio Network. Good afternoon. Chris Cottrell joining you from our Logos broadcast position here at Scottsbluff High School's gym. Today we settle in for a girls and boys doubleheader as Scottsbluff is hosting Natrona County out of Casper, Wyoming. Sure glad you're on board. Maybe watching on KNEB.TV, Allo Channel 15, or Mobius Channel 1500. Maybe listening on 106.9 The Trail and some streaming out there on KHYYFM.com. Whatever the case may be, glad to have you locked in for Scottsbluff High basketball. Now, while it's been a busy week for the two teams from Gering with 3 games in 4 days, it's been just the opposite for these two Scottsbluff squads. Both teams have been off since last Saturday when they swept a pair of games over at Gering. In that girls matchup, the final was 50-40. That was a hard-fought contest with Mariah Avila leading the way with a game-high 20 points for the Cats. Right now, Scottsbluff sits at 13-4. They're currently ranked 7th in the Class B poll from the Omaha World Herald. And more importantly, as of last night, I did not check in today, they were sitting at 3rd in power points in Class B. This Natrona squad comes in at 7-1. They've got a 20-point win under their belt against Cheyenne East, a team that won at Scottsbluff a few weekends back. They also have a win over Cody, Wyoming, a team that knocked off Scottsbluff the second weekend of the season at the Campbell County tournament. So they will be a very capable squad coming in here this afternoon. Scottsbluff, 3 of the 4 losses have come against teams from the state of Wyoming, Central, East, and Cody. They do have a win over Campbell County, and that 4th loss, St. Thomas More out of South Dakota. Let's look ahead briefly to our boys matchup a little bit later this afternoon. Scottsbluff coming off a comeback win over Gering last Saturday. They were down by 4 in that one after 3 quarters over at the Bulldogs' house, but rallied for a 63-56 win. They were led by 3 in double figures. Tyler Hari, Trevor Schwartz, and Kellen Harris. The Cats right now sitting at 7-8. The Natrona boys enter at 3-5. Same common opponents as the girls. Casper Natrona boys have lost to both Cody and Cheyenne East. Now back to our girls matchup here. We're looking at about 11 or so minutes away from opening tip. They feature a starting 5 today that has 3 players average double figures. Emma Paddock at 5'7", a junior with 15 a game. Brooklyn Heatrick averages 10, and Megan Hagar averages 10. They've got a returning all-state player in the post, a 6-foot junior who will not play today. Their head coach, Brian Costello, said been battling some injuries. Didn't sound like anything too major, but wanted to get her a day of rest, so that will come today. Alicia Lane will be a no-go, at least in the email I got from Coach Costello earlier this morning. So they've got 3 double-digit scores, and the other 2 that don't average double figures, right at about 7.5, 8 points per contest. So their record is 8-1. Scottsbluff has played far more games. They are 13-4. It's the Platte Valley Company's pregame show here on the Rural Radio Network, TV and radio for today's doubleheader as we get set to hear from Scottsbluff girls coach Dave Bolish. We'll have those pregame thoughts brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing coming up right after this when we come back on the Rural Radio Network.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
Welcome back into our Platte Valley Company's pregame show here this afternoon. We've got TV and radio for the Scottsbluff girls and boys home doubleheader against Casper, Natrona County. Time to catch up with Scottsbluff girls head coach Dave Bolish for pregame coaches' comments. Always brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Spring sports season not too far off. See Shane Wilson and his fine staff, and you'll be in the zone all season long. Well, Coach, 10-point win last Saturday over at Gering. You get a full week off of just getting back in the rhythm of the practice floor and getting yourself taken care of. What's kind of been the focus this week as you've been preparing for today's matchup?
Yeah, I mean, our focus right now is that we need to grow. We got to continue to improve and change and be diversified. And so that's been our emphasis, is that we're trying to expand what we are able to do and what we're able to scheme and organize and the ways that we can attack teams. And so that's really been our focus this week. We're expanding our package. We've put in a couple new offensive continuities, and we're changing some things up on defense that you'll see tonight. So that's kind of what we've been working on.
Hey, let's go to Wednesday night. You and I were both over at Avery Fox's softball signing. Came to Scottsbluff for the first time this year as a senior. And look, I mentioned this to her when I asked her. I said, you're a senior, a star athlete in another sport. Could have easily just said, you know what, basketball isn't for me, for this type of role I might have and the type of talent we have on this team. But she went out for the team, made the basketball team. She comes off the bench, gets limited minutes in some of these games, but as a senior to decide to do that and say that's worth it to me, what's that say about her, and what does someone like Avery Fox in that type of role bring to your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think Dan absolutely hit the nail on the head, and he's in a tough spot being dad and coach. But if you had to ask me to define Avery Fox, I'd say teammate and I'd say tough. If I only got two words, those would be the ones I'd go for. She is a remarkable teammate, and she is unbelievably tough. She might be the physically toughest kid I've been around. I mean, just sacrifices her body, goes all out. You can tell she's a coach's kid. She wants to do well. She wants to help her team be successful. She's incredibly selfless about it. And I think that says a lot about her. And she's a smart kid too. I was there. You asked that question to her, and I loved her answer. She said, I'm better as an athlete for being part of this team. And I think that she's having to practice and kind of experience what it's like to be in that different role, and be a supporter and be, someone who comes I'll tell you right now, our team wouldn't be what our team is without her. The energy she brings, her passion, her intensity, the toughness. I mean, she gets up and guards anybody we ask in practice. Our team is better because she's there every day. And so, we're lucky to have her. She's just a great kid to be around. I got to have her in class too. I mean, we've been super lucky. Both her and Quincy have come in and they're dynamic. They're the epitome of leadership. They're epitome of being teammates to transfer in and probably surrender some, I don't know what the word is, some stardom, some minutes, some
ego,
just some ego. Yeah. Surrender some ego and just say, you know what, I want to be part of something special, and whatever I can do to help, I'm going to do it as well as I can. Man, I almost get choked up thinking about the seniors we got. We have unbelievable kids, Chris. We just have unbelievable kids right now, and those two are part of it. So
you never know when something you might say or an assistant might not be what's needed at the time, but maybe someone comes off the floor or at a practice and Avery Fox has that exact perfect thing to say to somebody, and that might make the difference.
Right. I think that's exactly true. I think that those kids have been they've been in those super pressure situations where, like, we're calling your number and we got to have you make this play, and, like, this is what it's going to be. And she knows how to support kids when they're in that position, because she's been in that position. And I think she knows how to prepare for elite competition, and she knows what it takes to be game ready. And we've empowered them to own the locker room, own the bench, own practice, and I mean, they are exceptional at it.
Natrona looks pretty good, Coach. 7-1 common opponents. They've beaten Cody. You lost to Cody. They really took it to Cheyenne East. You lost to Cheyenne East. They've beaten a Casper Kelly Walsh. Their lone loss, I believe, was to Douglas, Wyoming. How good's this team?
I think they may be the best team that we see until the state tournament. And we've been kind of talking about that. They are they're big, they're fast, they're strong, they're well coached. They run, full court, run, jump, back into 1-3-1. They trap out of their 1-3-1. They'll D up and man. They're a Class A school that's having a lot of success right now, and they're good for us because I think they're very similar to a York, to a Norris, to a Crete, just size and athleticism. And so it's a great opportunity for us to see where we need to improve, what we can work on, what type of scheme might be best for us. And so, we're excited about the opportunity. We've put a lot of time into prepping for them. We've asked the kids to get out of their comfort zone. And I think, win, lose, or draw, we are going to be a more diverse team. We're going to be a more experienced team. We're going to be a more battle-tested team at the end of tonight. So,
and I know you want to win one of these. Your losses this year are all to these Wyoming schools, Cody, East, and Central. And I know you'd like to win one of these games here on a Saturday afternoon on your home floor. So for a quick Team Auto Center key to the game, what's it take?
We have to be in control of the tempo. And usually that means that we've got to get down and run and attack. I've been kind of maniacal about watching film on this team, and they score 18.9 of their points within the first 8 seconds of touching the basketball. So I feel very strongly like if we can control them for the first 10 to 15 seconds on possessions, and if we can make them play defense longer than 10 to 15 seconds, that we're going to be in control. So we're not necessarily going to look to play slow, but we're going to look to be judicious about when we attack and when we don't. So we want to control the tempo. We want to make them get outside of their comfort zone of playing real fast. So longer than 10 to 12 seconds, I like our odds.
There you go. We'll keep an eye on that. Coach Bolish, appreciate the time as always. We'll visit maybe halftime of the boys' game, and best of luck in this one.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Basketball coverage for you on the Rural Radio Network, KNEB.TV, and of course radio on 106.9 The Trail. Chris with you from our Logos broadcast location. Logos is your home for all those screen printing and embroidery needs. You can shop their showroom or just have something custom made. They're at Logos, whatever the case may be. Jeremy, his staff, they will get you taken care of and everything squared away. 1344 10th Street, that's downtown Gering. For Logos, Scottsbluff girls and boys home for action today against Casper Natrona County. The Natrona Phillies here in our girls matchup, they come in 8-1. Mentioned during the pregame 7-1. They did play last night and got a 33-point win over Rock Springs. 2-point win against Cody, beat East by 20. Two teams that have already knocked off Scottsbluff so far this year. Brian Costello, Natrona's head coach. Of course, Dave Bolish, we just heard from the Scottsbluff girls head man. They are 13-4. Had lost back-to-back games to East and Central, the two Cheyenne teams, 2 weekends ago. Last weekend, just the one game over at Gering on Saturday night. They got that victory by the final of 50-40. So they come in 13-4 on the season. Scottsbluff will be in the home whites. Natrona will be in the road visiting black uniforms for this one. We'll get you the introduction of starting lineups coming up here in just a few moments, but it looks like first we'll get the playing of our national anthem. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll have starting lineups and then opening tip not far off right after this on the Rural Radio Network. No matter what the groundhog says, you'll be mowing before you know it this spring. The best way to make sure you're ready for the first blades of grass is to take advantage of Sandberg Honda's Spring Tune-Up Special. From now until May 31st, schedule your lawnmower tune-up and receive free pickup and delivery in Scottsbluff and Gering. As a bonus, schedule service by March 10th and save with the early bird special. Call Sandberg Honda at 436-2179 for details and to schedule your spring lawnmower tune-up today. All right, we're just a few moments away from opening tip. We'll get you starting lineups here next at Scottsbluff High School. Girls and boys twin bills, Scottsbluff and Casper, Natrona County. Natrona with a record of 8-1 on the season. We'll get the introduction of the Phillies starters here ahead of Scottsbluff. First up off the bench for Natrona is Caitlin Campbell, a 5'7 junior, averaging 7.5 points a game. Megan Hagar, a 5'10 sophomore. She averages 10 per outing. Brooklyn Hetrick, a senior at 5'9, 10-point per game scorer. Tamarin Blom, a 5'10 junior, averages 7.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. And rounding out the starting five is Emma Paddock, a 5'7 junior. She scores 15 points per game. They have a returning All-Stater in the paint, 6' junior Alicia Lane, who has been ruled out for today's contest. Now for Scottsbluff, Mariah Avila, 5'3 junior, 11.5 points a game. Izzy Wright, a 5'5 senior, averages 3 points per game. Callie Wright gets the start, a 5'5 senior, 2.5 points, 2 rebounds. Sabrina Harsh is into the starting lineup for this one today. Harsh, a 5'10 sophomore, 7.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. And rounding out the starting five for the Bearcats is Emma Foote, a 5'6 senior. Avila, Foote, Wright, and Harsh. We'll see plenty of Anna Kelly, Peyton Bird, and Jamison Howard coming off the bench. Now, our opening tip on the way here in just a couple seconds. Always brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza, 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff, where it's love at 425 degrees. But to comply with the rules in the state of Wyoming, there will be no jump ball. They probably had a coin flip to decide who gets the ball first, and it'll be Casper Natrona County with possession of the basketball. They bring it across the timeline. Handling is Emma Paddock. Paddock picks up her dribble. Caitlin Campbell. They'll move it to the left wing. Now they move it inside the arc. Up top with it, Campbell floats a pass to the near corner. Right side along the baseline, now out high. Pass is tipped by Harsh, and an early turnover committed by Natrona County. Scottsbluff has the basketball for the first time. Mariah Avila, now Izzy Wright. Bounce pass to the high post to Emma Foote. Now she'll back the dribble out to the 10-foot line for the volleyball marking. Now Callie Wright goes right down the teeth of the defense, right side of the lane area, and lays it off the square for two. Scottsbluff has the early 2-0 lead. Caitlin Campbell, a junior, 7.5 points per game. She's handling. Scottsbluff in a zone. They've got Harsh on the point of that zone out high. Looking like a 1-2-2. As Natrona County tries to get their bearings against this zone defense. And knifing through this time and getting a shot away and fouled in the act was Brooklyn Hetrick. First team foul called against Scottsbluff. That goes against Callie Wright. She's got the first 2 points, the first foul. And at the line is Hetrick, a 71% free throw shooter so far this season. 2-0 early. Scottsbluff with 6:49 to play. And Hetrick gets Natrona County on the board. .11 gone by in this first quarter. Hetrick can't tie it. Ball comes off. Offensive rebound grabbed by Natrona. Launching a deep triple is Tamron Blom. And just like that, a 4-point possession. And now some full court pressure being applied by Natrona County. Ball is loose underneath. Wild shot off a Scottsbluff turnover, rebounded by the Bearcats. Emma Foote bounce pass into the front court. Left corner. They'll enter it down low. It's Harsh on the catch, and she's pushed from behind. And the foul goes on Megan Hagar. First team foul against Natrona County. 4-2 lead. Scottsbluff will inbound underneath. They get it to Harsh. She gets it to go from the right block. We're even at 4 here, opening stages of the first quarter. Hetrick, pull-up jumper from about 10 feet out. Missing on the backside of the iron. Rebounding is Mariah Avila. Outlet pass up ahead to Sabrina Harsh. She's got 3 touches in the last 2 possessions. Paddock with a left hand gets rid of it. Full court pressure from Scottsbluff. They get it to Paddock. She'll throw cross court, right side. Hetrick. That pass winds up in the hands of Blom. She's bumped. And a foul's going to go against Callie Wright. And that'll be her second. Peyton Berta gets up off the bench. She'll check in for Callie Wright. 5:44 to go, first quarter action. .6-4 lead for Scottsbluff. Quick inbounds pass and a shooting foul. I think that'll go against Emma Foote. And to the line will be Megan Hagar. Third team foul early on the Lady Cats. At the line, Hagar, an 80% foul shooter so far this year. And you see why. Soft touch, good rotation, and tickles the twine. Natrona County off to a 3-for-4 start now at the foul line. We are tied at 6, full court pressure, and turnover number 2 committed by Scottsbluff. Layup on the other end for Brooklyn Hetrick, and now we get Mariah Avila stepping across the end line, and that'll be another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers committed by the Bearcats. And Natrona County leads it 8-6. Wide open 3 out of the right corner. That goes for Caitlin Campbell. Second tray in the quarter for Natrona County. 11-6. Dangerous pass in and out of the hands of Peyton Berta. And a third consecutive turnover committed by Scottsbluff. They go from a 6-4 lead to down by 5, a 7-0 run. It's 11-6. Paddock thought she had somebody in the left corner, nobody home, and that ball just sails out of bounds. 1-2-2, full court press here And now a turnover. Another turnover, this one in and out of the hands of Mariah Avila. 5 early turnovers committed by Scottsbluff. And it is 13-6. With the easy lay-in, it was Hetrick. She's got 5. A 30-second stoppage in play. A 9-0 spurt right now for Natrona County. They lead it 13-6 here in the first quarter. Harsh has 4 of the 6 for Scottsbluff. 5 turnovers. That's really the key number here early on. Scottsbluff exit their huddle with Avila Foot, Berta, Izzy Wright, and Sabrina Harsh. Starting 5 still on the floor now for Natrona. Scottsbluff does a nice job. They pass their way quickly across the timeline. Harsh free throw line jumper. That rattles around the iron and falls through. Sabrina Harsh has 6. We'll see if the full court press now can work for Scottsbluff. They've got numbers, Natrona does. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Late on the pass, it wound up a deflection into the hands of Emma Foot. Foul goes against Tamron Blom. And Scottsbluff will get the ball back. 4:45 to play here in the first quarter. A kick off the foot of Hetrick, the 5'9 senior. Scottsbluff. They've got a substitution now as Ruby Salazar, a 5'10 senior's into the game. Izzy Wright lofts a pass up ahead. They'll get it quickly down the floor again to Harsh. She's fouled. And this one will go against Emily Manville. Also into the ball game as a substitute, a 5'11 sophomore. 3rd team foul, first on Manville. And Sabrina Harsh will toe the foul line. Flat, short, front iron miss for Harsh, 13-8. Coming back into the game is Blom. Also back in is Megan Hagar. Couple of starters sit with Campbell and Hetrick to the bench. Pair of misses for Sabrina Harsh. Here comes Natrona County. Paddock to Salazar. Salazar back to Emma Paddock, a 5'7 junior. Their leading scorer at 15 a game. They'll throw cross court. It's Paddock along the baseline. Whips a pass on the catch, Manville. Salazar gets rid of it. Right side corner, Emma Paddock picking her up. Kind of matching up out of the zone that time was Berta. If they are not scoring off turnovers or in transition, they look a little rattled here in the half court. That'll help out. A deep triple. Megan Hagar sinks it over top of the challenge from the near 6-footer Sabrina Harsh. Nearly intercepted. Bounce pass. Now it is stolen away. 6 turnovers committed by the Bearcats. And now a foul as Emma Foot comes up with a steal. First on Paddock. 16-8. Natrona County doubling up the Lady Cats here in the early going. 3:37 to play, opening quarter. On the catch near the foul line is Berta. Picks up her dribble. Foot. Dribble handoff action to Izzy Wright. Right to Avila out high. Couple of bounces. Now high post. Back cut. And ball's loose on the floor. Who wants it? Whistle. Jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Scottsbluff. 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Natrona County leading 16-8 here at Scottsbluff High this afternoon. Avila inbounds to Foot. Back to Mariah Avila, about 6 feet behind the three-point line. Misses that 3 ball badly. Long miss, and the board into the hands of Tamron Blum. Right side corner. That triple wouldn't go. Grabbing the offensive rebound, taking it up, and getting it to go on the stick back is Tamron Blum. She's got 5 early. Hagar's got 5. Hetrick's got 5. It is 18-8. There's a triple on the offensive end for Scottsbluff with Peyton Berta. First bench points of the ball game for the Bearcats. Paddock. They've got an open shooter left corner. It's Manville. Missing. Offensive rebound. Back to Blom. Couple of missed threes on this possession. And now we're going to get an offensive foul on Emily Manville. Going over the back for a rebound. That is her second, fifth team foul. Jamison Howard and Paige Horn, the freshman. We'll see some early first quarter minutes here in this one. They'll need some size. That appears to be the thought process here for Dave Bolish. Full court pressure going to be applied by Natrona County. Avila, cut off, picks up her dribble, gets it to Izzy Wright. They throw middle to Harsh. Harsh up ahead to Howard. Now Avila on the catch. Jab step. Howard will launch the three out of the right corner. That goes for Jamison Howard. Natrona with Campbell. Another three ball for Natrona. Hetrick, 8 points in the first quarter. It's 21-14. Harsh on the catch near midcourt. They'll throw left side of the floor. Howard gives it to Izzy Wright. Back to the floor general. Mariah Avila. Avila on the dribble. Now Howard hit the three last possession. Howard rolling to the basket is Harsh off the screen. Harsh underneath off the square for two. Sabrina Harsh has 8 first quarter points. It's 21-16. Manville throws out high. On the catch, Blom. They get it middle. Left side. Now Manville. They throw opposite again. Another three hoisted up there. This one won't fall for Megan Hagar. Rebounding Scottsbluff. Very high scoring, up-tempo first quarter from both these teams. Plenty of full court pressure. We've seen turnovers, easy baskets, and some three balls. Izzy Wright knocks down a tray. Third three of the quarter for Scottsbluff. Natrona County has hit 4 threes in the opening stanza. Manville. It's going up. It's down. 3 for Megan Hagar. She's got 2. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. 24-19, a 5-point lead for Natrona County. Jamison Howard, opposite corner this time it won't go. Loose ball rebound, couldn't control it. Harsh. Here comes Natrona County. In transition, the layup wouldn't fall through. Rebounding for Scottsbluff is Avila. Avila gives it to Howard. Now Izzy Wright. 3 seconds to play. Wright in traffic. Too strong off the back of the iron. Buzzer sounds. A frenetic first quarter. 24-15. Casper Natrona County with a 5-point lead after 1 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For more than 162 years, FNBO has been with you where you are. A bank committed to helping you earn more and save more, so you can do more, both big and small. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Another great sports sponsor for us is Ally Property Management. Real estate, from real estate to rental properties to property management. Ally is your friend in real estate. Up-tempo, high-scoring first quarter. A combined 43 points between Natrona County and Scottsbluff. It's the Phillies leading the Bearcats 24-19 as we start the second. Natrona basketball. Manville now with it on the catch. driving, kicking, right side corner. Caitlin Campbell can't knock down a triple. Offensive rebound, putting it up and in for two is Brooklyn Hetrick, and she's the first player for either team in double figures. She has 10. Jamison Howard gets the layup off the make. Scottsbluff still able to run, and Howard has 5. 26-21. Lobbing it. Who touched it last? It was Howard, out of bounds. It'll stay with Natrona County. 7:21 to play here in the first half. We'll see substitutions. Harsh and Avila will come in quickly. It'll be Berta. They've got 6 on the floor. Izzy Wright and Berta will sit. Natrona County will inbound. Along the baseline, Hetrick plays it into Emily Manville. She'll get it to Caitlin Campbell. Campbell, walk with it. Got the ball hung up on the hip. 5th turnover committed by Natrona County. Scottsbluff able to rein the turnovers in a little bit as that first quarter moved along. They had 6 in the opening 8. Foot across the timeline. Foot slow on the dribble. Out high, top of the key now, Avila. Mariah Avila scoreless in the first quarter. On the catch, it's Howard off a screen. Left side wing with it is Emma Foot. Now to Avila. Patient possession here for Scottsbluff. Under 6:50 to play in the half. Off a screen, it's Howard rolling to the basket, and that's a turnover. Outlet pass up ahead. Here comes Emma Paddock. Paddock working against Emma Foot. Puts it up off the iron. Got too deep to use the backboard, but an offensive rebound. And Natrona County will reset offensively. Lobbing along the baseline, intercepted, ball loose. Now Scottsbluff throws it right back to Natrona. Underneath, off the square, out of bounds, last touch by Sabrina Harsh. A flurry of turnovers there for both teams. Manville out, back in comes Blom. Also set to take a seat is Campbell, with Hagar coming back in. They'll lob it in out near the three-point line. Blom. Hagar on the drive, got in the air. Harsh came over, help side defense, got her first rejection of the day. She averages a block and a half per game. Mariah Avila, bounce pass to Jamison Howard. Back cut, Foot. Tried to flash to the basket, nothing doing there. 5-point lead for Natrona County. Crossover dribble. Now it's Harsh. She'll operate. Tries to get middle. Bounce pass, opposite side. Leaving the layup short was Emma Foot. And here comes Natrona County. Ruby Salazar. Paige Horn defending on the perimeter. And there's a turnover in and out of the hands of Emma Paddock. That is the 7th. Both teams check that. 8 for Scottsbluff. 7 turnovers committed by Natrona County. 26-21. Offensive efficiency has kind of slowed down here a little bit early in this second quarter. Scottsbluff taking more time per possession on the offensive end. Horn quickly to Howard. Now in the right corner, it's Emma Foot. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Dangerous pass. Might have been partially deflected from way outside. The 3-ball would not go for Mariah Avila. Offensive rebound to Sabrina Harsh. She's fouled, and she'll get 2 at the line. Brooklyn Hetrick picks up the foul, her first. 16 foul, 2 shots for Harsh. She's up to 9 points here in the game. Foot and Horn to the bench. We've got a timeout taken by Natrona County with 4:50 to play in the first half. Entertaining one so far, 26-22. Natrona County leads on the Wesco scoreboard.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Hey y'all, Heather here with Platte Valley Vac & Sew. Platte Valley Vac & Sew has been a cornerstone in downtown Scottsbluff since 1977. Our family brings over 100 years combined experience in the vacuum and sewing machine industry. We stand behind all of our products with a warranty you can trust and service you can count on. Whether you decide to shop in-store or online at PlatteValleyVacandSew.com, our quality products and customer care shine through. You can buy online, sign up for classes, see a calendar of classes and events, view our newsletter, and stay up to date. Platte Valley Vac & Sew, downtown Scottsbluff, and online to serve you.
A free throw out of the timeout for Sabrina Harsh. She gets both. It's 26-23. Wide open look for Natrona County in the three ball. A soft touch, and it drops for Megan Hagar. 29-23. Near turnover for the Cats. Izzy Wright will inbound along the far wing. Gets it to Mariah Avila. Now Jamison Howard. Howard dribbles towards the left corner. Picks up her dribble to Avila. Tough angle entry pass. There's a turnover. Outlet to Paddock with a left hand. Count it. And a foul. Chance for a three-point play for Natrona County. As Emma Paddock, who averages 15, the leading scorer for Natrona, gets her first 2 points of the game. Off a turnover, quick transition basket, and a chance for a three-point play. At the line, it's Emma Paddock, where she's a 60% shooter. She gets it. He made the trip for this doubleheader to Casper a year ago, the final day before the holiday break. Ugly basketball on the boys' side. They get a low-scoring, tight win. And Scottsbluff girls able to get the victory that day as well. I think it was the second year for the facility. Great gym there at Natrona County Football Stadium and facility. Darn near a palace. Thing is awesome. Scottsbluff with Berta. Now Avila. She's taken a couple real long triples in this one already and come up empty. Right side is Peyton Berta. Underhand scoop. It goes to Avila. Avila dribbles left. Help defense arrived to work against Avila. Now Berta between the legs. Winds her way to the basket. Left the shot short. And here comes Natrona County. Paddock walked with a basketball. 8 turnovers on Natrona. Scottsbluff's coughed it up 9 times. The lead is at number 9, 32-23. Full court pressure here from the Phillies. Izzy Wright to Berta. Ball is loose along the sideline. Turnover by Scottsbluff. Emma Paddock handles into the front court. Natrona in the black jerseys and shorts today. White numbers, some orange trim. Near double dribble. Out of the corner, Blom puts up the three. That won't go. Backside rebound. And an offensive board. Cutting to the basket, laying it in is Emma Paddock. She's got 5. Scoreless first quarter, averaging 15. Right to Harsh. Now Howard. Shot fake, got loose, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, ball knocked out of the hands of Sabrina Harsh. 2:46 to play in the first half. And checking in is Emma Foote for Peyton Berta. Pass comes in bounds to Foote. Quickly back to Avila. Mariah. Now right side near the corner. One dribble. Howard gets rid of it. 2:35 to play in the first half. 34-23. The lead's 11. That three wouldn't go. Offensive rebound underneath to Izzy Wright. She goes up quickly. Got fouled on the shot. And Manville picks up her third. So right at the line, Izzy Wright, a 54% foul shooter this year. And that one rolls out. So Manville to the bench with those three. Blom, a starter, checks back in. 2 in double figures for Natrona already with Hagar and Hetrick. 1 of 2 at the line for Izzy Wright. Wide open three. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Paddock will fire. That's down. They get 2 looks from deep. They hit the second. Paddock has 8 in the quarter, and the lead is 13, 37-24. Scottsbluff handles the press. Avila attacks the rim, misses the layup. The rebound to Blom. They'll throw it ahead quickly to Paddock. A reach-in foul called against Emma Foote. Second foul on Foote. 2:01 to play. Paige Horn enters the game. Foote will sit. So this will be a key 2-minute stretch for the freshmen on the floor, as they'll need that height. Scottsbluff has been beaten badly on the glass, especially on this end of the floor. Plenty of offensive rebounds in this half of basketball for Natrona County. Caitlin Campbell. Hagar. Now Paddock behind her back. She'll throw cross court, the skip pass. They'll throw right back to Paddock. Reaching around, knocking that ball away. On the entry pass was Sabrina Harsh. It'll stay with Natrona County. 1:38 to play in the second quarter. We approach halftime. Scottsbluff down by 13. They'll enter it quickly. Blom on the catch, goes right up and scores it. Her first points of the quarter. She's got 7 in the first half. Scottsbluff is down by 15. Harsh. They run at her. I believe it went off her leg. Yeah. Paddock defending. The trail defender. Harsh turned her direction. Paddock knocked it away. Ricocheted out of bounds off the leg of Harsh. Deep three. Caitlin Campbell buries one from long range. Campbell averages 7.5. She's now got 6. Third tray of the quarter, and things are getting away from Scottsbluff. They trail by 18 with 1:06 to play, and Natrona County bails them out with a foul on the open floor and some 1-and-1 opportunity coming at the line. 8 first half threes for Natrona County, missing the front end of the 1-and-1, and Natrona County tracks down the rebound. Grabbing the miss was Hetrick. We go under a minute to play in the first half, and a reach-in foul. This will go against Caitlin Campbell, her first. And Avila will step to the line. 9th team foul, 1-and-1 coming for Mariah Avila. She shoots 75% at the foul line. Peyton Berta will come to the scorer's table. Missing the front end. Offensive rebound into the hands of Jamison Howard. Easy field goal for Howard. She's got 7. Along the baseline, Salazar, contact came. We get a foul called against Scottsbluff, and Ruby Salazar. Foul goes against Horn. So Salazar to the line, a 41% shooter at the stripe. Drills the front end. Bird is in as Horn will take a seat. It's 43-26, 17-point margin right now, the lead for Casper Natrona County. Ruby Salazar hits both. Back to an 18-point lead. Wide open look, and burying that 3 ball is Peyton Berta. Nobody found her after the made free throw. Berta's got her second tray. 30 seconds to go in the half. Will Natrona County look for one? It'll stay near turnover by the Phillies. It'll stay with Natrona County. Inbounding the basketball is Brooklyn Hetrick, who scored 10. Blom, they get it to Hetrick on a curl. Shot wouldn't go. Ball's loose on the floor. Salazar chose to not get down and dirty on the deck, and now losing the dribble. Nope, they'll say poked away out of bounds by Paddock. It'll stay with Scottsbluff, 44-29 with 14.5 to play in the first half. Berta will inbounds. Natrona County going to have to find Peyton Berta. And now Scottsbluff. Mariah Avila nearly lost her footing and stepped across the center court stripe for a backcourt violation. Managed to avoid that disaster and then threw the ball away out of bounds. Paddock into the hands of Salazar. Salazar, and a whistle and a foul on Scottsbluff with 2.7 to play. So if you're, this one goes on Avila, her second. So a big whistle late in the first half. Salazar with a 1-and-1 opportunity, 2 for 2 at the line, just 41% on the season, gets the roll. They are 5 for 5 at the foul line in the quarter, and 8 for 9 for the ball game, doing a great job at the charity stripe. Salazar gets both. 46-29, Berto Hoyce as the buzzer sounds, comes up well short. 2 quarters in the book. Here at Scottsbluff High School, our girls varsity action has Casper Natrona County leading Scottsbluff 46-29 at the break on the West Coast scoreboard.
Finally, goodbye 2020. There was one good thing about 2020. That was the prices. And this is your last chance to get last year's prices at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. That's 20% off every window and door. Plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Only at Renewal by Anderson. But hurry, because 2020 pricing is only available until February 15th. Book your free estimate today. Call Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming at 307-215-7493.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Chris Cottrell with you this afternoon. KDB.TV coverage, also radio, of course, on the trail, 106.9, and we're streaming at KHYYFM.com. Another quick mention for a great high school sports sponsor, Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all those quality automotive repair needs. Halftime of our girls matchup, and it's Natrona County leading 46-29 here at the break. They've had 6 different players score. Scottsbluff turned it over 10 times in the first half, as we will add up some of these halftime totals and get you a check on stats here momentarily. Scoring by quarter, Natrona led 24-19 at the end of one. They outscored Scottsbluff 22-10 in the second quarter. So you add those totals and you get a big-time half of scoring for Casper Natrona County with 46 points through the first 16 minutes of game action. They lead 46-29. We'll add up the scoring totals and we'll check on halftime stats in a moment. Halftime score at Scottsbluff High. Girls action, Natrona County out of Casper up big 46-29 on Scottsbluff on our West Coast scoreboard.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
At Platte Valley Bank, we realize the way people want the treatment is
not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Glad to have you back, Chris Cottrell, from our Logos broadcast location here at Scottsbluff High's gym. Time for a check on halftime stats. Brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Been in business for over 35 years, headquartered in Gering. They've also got the rock pile, division service, and equipment. Paul Reed Construction. Find them on 10th Street in Gering. 46-29. A lights out half offensively for Natrona County. They've got 2 in double figures. Megan Hagar with 11, 10 for Brooklyn Hetrick, 8 points for Emma Paddock, their leading scorer on the season, 7 for Tamarin Blom. Caitlin Campbell has 6 and 4 free throws, 4 for 4 at the line for Ruby Salazar. They are 7 for 8. No, check that. 8 for 9 free throwing in the first half for Natrona County, and they've knocked down, let's add them up here quickly, 1, 2, 3, 8 first half threes for Casper Natrona County. They're up by 17 for Scottsbluff. 5 have scored, leading Sabrina Harsh. She's got 10, 7 for Jamison Howard. Peyton Berta with 6, Izzy Wright with 4, and Callie Wright got the game's first 2 points, her 2-point half. Totals a 29-point first half for Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff 10 turnovers in the half, and Natrona County finished up with 8. We're at the break, 46-29. Again, a check on stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply and the Rockpile Division Service and Equipment. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll have third quarter action for you with the Scottsbluff girls down by 17 at halftime on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Just about ready for the start of the second half here at Scottsbluff High School. Lady Cats trailing by 17. It's 46-29 here at halftime. Scottsbluff going to need a big start to this half, kind of get themselves back into it. (46-29). Lady Cats will inbound the basketball. They try and free up Avila on the right side. It was foot handling up top. Now Izzy Wright has it. Picks up her dribble. She'll need some help. Flashing out high to take the feed from Wright is Emma Funt. Tries to spin dribble her way loose into the paint. Can't do it. Avila underneath. It won't go off the square. Rebounded by Tamron Blom. Here comes Natrona County. Paddock, right side. Another three is on the way. My word. Megan Hagar has 14 points. That's her fourth made three of the day. And Natrona County is connected on 9 triples here in the ball game. They lead it by 20, 49-29. Jamison Howard, handoff action, 2 foot. Can't knock down the three. Ball comes off long. Howard hits the floor, and that'll be a jump ball situation. Good buddy Tim Hirsch checks in and says Paddock, Emma Paddock for Natrona County is a transfer from Buffalo, Wyoming. It's had a very athletic family, and she was scoreless in the first quarter. Came up with 8 in the second. She's their leading scorer on the season at 15 points per game. Left side. Out high again. Nope, left that one short. Did the sophomore Megan Hagar. 20-point deficit. Foot takes it herself. Saw every bit of the iron and a foul underneath. Off the miss, a frustration foul called against Emma Foot. She'll take a seat. Peyton Burdick comes in. 49-29. Natrona County 8-1. Paddock throws the head quickly to Hagar. They look cross-court. On the catch is Caitlin Campbell. Hagar thought she was going to come loose for a moment. Now a back cut. Paddock on the catch and release. Can't get it to go. Knocking away out of bounds. Last touched by Scottsbluff's Mariah Avila. 6:12 to play. Entry pass comes inbounds, and Megan Hagar gets the bucket. She's got all 5 in the quarter. Howard on the catch, just behind the foul line. It won't go. Blom was there. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Scottsbluff's Izzy Wright. First personal on Wright. Jamison Howard to the bench. Paige Horn, the freshman, checks in for Scottsbluff. A 22-point lead right now for Casper Natrona. Caitlin Campbell, Hagar up top. Now Campbell. Hagar will get out of the way and clear. Blocking foul. I think this will go on Paige Horn defending against Hetrick. Second personal on Horn. Blom on the drive. throws it to the left wing. Now they get it down low to Heatrick off the square. Missed shot, rebounded by Horn. Avila pushing for Scottsbluff. Hesitates, forces it off the square, got it to go for two. Mariah Avila has her first basket of the ball game. 3 ball for Hagar. Wouldn't go off the nice underhand dish from Paddock. Unable to knock that one down from long range. Rebounding Blom underneath. Is he right? Hit the deck again. Now a steal. Avila gets it to Sabrina Harsh. Counted in a foul. Harsh had 8 points in the first quarter. She now has 12 for the game. Chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Manville and Salazar come in. Scottsbluff trying to make it a quick little 5-0 run here as they are within 18. 51-33, missing the shot. Offensive rebound to Horn. Can't get it to go. Ball comes off. Throwing it up ahead quickly. Natrona County. Paddock. Got it. In traffic. 2 defenders around her, and Emma Paddock still got the basket. Scoreless first quarter, though. Scoreless first quarter, but all of a sudden she's got double digits in the game. Underneath. A miss. Offensive rebound. Harsh back up for the field goal. She has 14 to lead Scottsbluff. It's an 18-point margin for Natrona County. Manville on the catch. Cutting. We get a whistle and a timeout taken by Coach Costello for Natrona County. A full timeout. 4:14 to play in the third quarter. It's an 18-point lead for Casper Natrona County on our West Coast scoreboard.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Holiday recycling tips.
The holidays bring wrapping paper, boxes, and trees. Remember, when done with these items, recycle them. Wrapping paper can be collected and recycled in one of the city's recycling bins. Boxes can be collapsed and stored to use later or recycled. Finally, your old Christmas tree can be dropped off at this location. This holiday season, give thanks and a start to a healthier new year. Meet at Tri-City Stormwater.
Out of the timeout, Natrona County basketball. Emily Manville on the catch. They'll throw it to the right corner to Caitlin Campbell. Back up top, Manville. Right side with it, Salazar. Harsh defending. Salazar picked up her dribble kind of in an awkward spot deep along the baseline. Whistle, jump ball, possession arrow gives it to Scottsbluff. Trailing by 18 with 3:59 to play here in the third. Izzy Wright, Mariah Avila, Paige Horn, Sabrina Harsh, and Peyton Bird are the 5 on the floor right now for Dave Bolish. Now Avila. Horn sets a screen. Using that screen to get open was Berta. Now driving along the baseline, creating some room to get the shot off was Avila, and a foul underneath, and that'll go on Mariah Avila, her third. It's been a tough day for Avila as she has received the bulk of the attention. Help defender, sliding over to kind of just make her adjust her path with the basketball at times. She missed a couple of real long threes early. Outside shot has not been a factor for her. Now on the offensive end, Tamarin Blom knocks down a tray. Her second 3 ball. She's into double figures with 10. 4 in double figures for Natrona County. Horn on the baseline, catch and finish with the left hand. Paige Horn has her first basket, 56-37. Megan Hagar nearly walked with it. Now Paddock with a lefty pass into the corner. Blom up top, now wide open. Paddock, baseline, short corner J, it falls for Emma Paddock. Paddock has 12. Scottsbluff able to break the press, but then they turn it over as Paddock got a hand in and stole it away from Izzy Wright. They'll lob it underneath. The finish, count it, for Megan Hagar. 7 in the quarter. She has 18 in the game, and the lead is 23. Izzy Wright, Manville defends. Manville playing with 3, had to really just kind of give it up. And the layup for Izzy Wright. Timeout taken by Scottsbluff. 2:22 to go in the third. It's 60-39. Natrona County leads on the West Coast scoreboard.
Orthopedics is key to managing and treating bone and joint pain, which most of us experience in our lifetime. Morrill County Community Hospital and their clinics are here to help. Mikhail Taylor, MD, is now welcoming new patients from hand surgery, sports medicine, and fractures and injuries. Mikhail Taylor is specialized in upper and lower extremities, and with her expertise, you're assured the highest quality health care service possible. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Casper Natrona County has put 60 on the board. We still have 2:15 to play here in this third quarter. Emma Paddock picks up her dribble, gets rid of it to Brooklyn Heatrick. Now it's Hagar to Paddock. Paddock on the drive, gets a pass down low to Blom. Got a little too deep, missed the shot, but out hustles everybody and grabs the offensive rebound. Hagar, now Paddock in the left corner. They enter it, a little jump hook with a right hand. Up and in for 2 for Brooklyn Heatrick. She's got 12. 62-39. Nobody back defensively. Horn scores with relative ease on the offensive end for Scottsbluff. Outlet pass and a foul called against Emma Foote. Foote just back into the game with 3. Quickly picks up number 4. And Natrona County will inbound along the baseline. They lob it into Manville. Now Blom to Hagar. Open left side. Paddock will put up the 3 and knock it down. Emma Paddock has 7 in the quarter. She's now hit her season average at 15. It's 65-41. Harsh steps through 2 defenders and got the layup for 2. Harsh has 16 points for Scottsbluff. Emma Paddock. Hagar. Manville in the corner. Now dribbles out to the wing. Gets rid of it to Paddock. Shot fake. Frees up. An open pass to the wing. And a push underneath on Heatrick. After that jumper missed everything from Megan Hagar, the sophomore. Hagar has 18 points in the game. It's a 22-point lead with just under 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. Caitlin Campbell will come back in. Ruby Salazar also into the ball game now for Natrona. Their record 8-1. Well on their way to a 9-1 mark. They get a steal. Extra pass that time from Paddock, and it creates a second shot opportunity off the miss, and the rebound to Heatrick, and she'll step to the line to shoot 2. Brooklyn Heatrick, a 71% free throw shooter. They knocked down 8 of 9 at the line in the first half. 8 of 10 now as a team as Heatrick misses the first. 65-43. Second from Heatrick. So 1 of 2 that trip to the stripe. And the lead is 23 points. Avila pushes in traffic, got deep, got her feet tangled with the defender. And we're going to get a whistle and a jump ball. The possession arrow gives it to Natrona County. This is a really good basketball team out of Casper. They can shoot it, they can drive it. They got multiple good passers. Paddock first and foremost, underneath, wide open after a pump fake. Defender flew by. Heatrick gets the field goal. 5 in the quarter. She has 15. They have scored 68. And we've got about 16 seconds to play in the third. Harsh at the foul line, can't bank it in. They'll throw it ahead. That'll be a late turnover here in the third quarter as Blom threw it away. .1 to play. They'll slap the press on. Turnover in the backcourt. Could lead to an easy basket. Instead, it's Avila, and all they'll get is a half-court baseball-style heave. After 3 quarters of play this afternoon at Scottsbluff, here in our girls' matchup, it's all Campbell County. They're up by 25 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
High school basketball coverage on KDB.TV and 106.9 The Trail. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering offers a great bumps and bruises program. What is it? Well, they get you 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up. That's for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering. Scottsbluff trailing big as we start the fourth quarter. A quick shot from the three-point line would not go for Mariah Avila. All the way on the other end, taking it herself in transition. Megan Hagar now up to 20 points in the game. It's a 27-point lead, back to 25, as Avila has her second basket is all for the ball game. Manville cut off. Got the defender in the air, grabbed her own miss, and a block shot for Harsh, her second block of the day. Up top, Blom. And an offensive foul called against Blom on the drive. 70-45. Casper Natrona County has been an offensive juggernaut so far this afternoon. They have connected on 11 made threes. They've hit 9 of 11 at the line and scored with relative ease throughout the afternoon. Missed shot for Avila. Board, count it in a foul for Sabrina Harsh, up to 18 points. By far and away the top scorer here today for Scottsbluff. Harsh can't get it. Touch last by Berta off Scottsbluff. It'll be Natrona basketball. They'll back off into the half court defensively. Caitlin Campbell, now with it is Hagar, open in the corner, Campbell backs the defender down, throws it up top to Manville. Blom right side. into the hands of Hagar, the three off the mark. Manville and O'Board. Now Campbell. Cutting is Blom with a right hand. Left it short. Here comes Anna Kelly. Kelly across the timeline. Anna Kelly to Izzy Wright. Back to Kelly. Minute and a half, a little over a minute and a half gone by here in the final frame. Kelly roams along the baseline. Now it's Berta. She dribbles into a step back three off the iron. Wright got there, but that lead foot was along the baseline, and it'll go back to Natrona County. Emma Paddock back in. She's been excellent from the second quarter on. She has 15. They've got 3 in double figures. Check that 4. 18, 15, 15, and 10. Their top 4 scorers. They turn it over. It's another bucket for Sabrina Harsh off the turnover from the Phillies. Harsh has 20. It's a 21-point lead. Into the paint. Hetrick on the catch. Now Hagar. They'll throw it back up top to Manville. Hagar right side. They'll lob over top of a couple defenders. It's Paddock on the catch. Hagar. Pump fake. Blocking that shot out of bounds. Thought I heard some slap of the skin, but they'll call it a block shot. It's either 3 or 4 on the day for Harsh. Hetrick will inbound after a 30-second timeout is called by Natrona County. We'll keep it right here with 5:22 to play in the third quarter. It's Natrona County up big 70-49. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. You can call Ryan Windhorst to find out more at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far with Wells Fargo Advisors and Ryan Windhorst. And Hydrotech, your lubrication solution partner, a member of the Holiday family of companies. Hydrotech's proud to support all area athletes. Scottsbluff girls down big, 70-49. Their record at 13-4. Natrona County looking to improve to 9-1. They got a blowout win over Rock Springs last night. And they're treating Scottsbluff much the same here this afternoon as Hetrick now has 17 points. Berta drives along the baseline, missed the shot. O'Board Harsh. And a whistle and a foul. If it's Manville, it's number 4. Hagar has 20. Hetrick has 17. 15 for Paddock and 10 for Blom. Missed foul shot for Harsh. Harsh just 2 for 7 at the free throw line. On the air, a 47% shooter. Gets 1 of 2. She's got 21 points. Paddock, they'll run and jump. Defensively, and frenetic style defensively, that time creates a turnover. A deep triple out of the corner would not go for Mariah Avila. Paddock quickly ahead, and that'll be a turnover. Back-to-back possessions as Natrona County has thrown the basketball away. It's 72-50. 4:48 to play in the game. Still a monumental deficit to overcome in that time span. Scottsbluff down by 22. High screen. Avila really nothing to work with. They'll lob it now low to Harsh. Off balance on the shot. Ruby Salazar fouled her on the attempt. Second foul on Salazar. Harsh back to the line. Got that last one to go down. See if she's found a little bit of a rhythm. Gets this one to go. Can't get the second. And the rebound to Natrona County. Here comes Caitlin Campbell. Feeds Paddock in the right corner. She'll dribble out of traffic. With it outside. The 3 is on the way. Wouldn't go for Campbell. O'Board for Hagar. high arcing mid-range jumper off the back of the iron. Anna Kelly, double dribble. The whistle goes against Scottsbluff as Kelly called for the violation. Unofficially, each team with 13 turnovers could be off there. Paddock in the front court to Campbell. Campbell up top, Hetrick. Now Ruby Salazar, Emma Paddock. Open three, Hagar. High off the iron, would not go. Mariah Avila's, we've gone under 4 to play in regulation. Izzy Wright, entry pass to the low post. Wouldn't go for Sabrina Harsh, touching it last out of bounds. It goes off Hagar. It'll be Scottsbluff basketball. Tamron Blom will come in. Sabrina Harsh, facial expression towards some of the heckling she's getting from here in the top level. They're going to get a whistle and a foul called against Natrona County. Third foul on Campbell. Anna Kelly to the bench. Emma Foote comes back on for Scottsbluff. Cats have played 9 in this one. And hitting the front end of the 1-and-1 is Mariah Avila. Been a quiet day for the junior standout guard for Scottsbluff. Mariah Avila, she has 5 points. Give her 6. Gets both at the line where she shoots 75%. Caitlin Campbell working against the pressure. Salazar, couple of dribbles, gets it right back on the give and go. Pretty feed from Brooklyn Hetrick, and Ruby Salazar has her first basket, 6 points in the game. Those first 4 came at the foul line, 74-53. Unable to knock it down from long range, and now an over-the-back foul called against Peyton Burdoff, the missed triple from Mariah Avila. Second personal on Berta. Paddock, Manville back on. Natrona County has played 7. They're without a returning All-Stater today. 6-foot junior Alicia Lane averages 6 points and 7 rebounds. Campbell misses the foul shot, rebounded by Emma Foote. Izzy Wright brings it across the timeline. Now Foote with it right side. Campbell, Salazar defends. Layup, left it short. That'll go out of bounds off the head of Tamron Blom. It'll stay with the Bearcats. Inbounds pass comes to Foote. To Peyton Berta. Out high. Between the legs, still on the dribble. And a little touch foul called against Caitlin Campbell, her 4th. 2:50 to go in regulation. Campbell County Natrona County played Campbell County earlier this year. Caitlin Campbell committed the foul. Berta misses the foul shot. Board, and Harsh gets it for 2 more. 8 in the quarter. She's got 24 in the game. Emma Paddock fouled on her way up. 2:39 to go in regulation. Second foul on Izzy Wright. 74-55, 19-point deficit for Scottsbluff. Paddock at the line. She surpasses her season average. She's got 16. Got both. 17 in the game for Paddock. They've got 4 in double figures. Now it's Avila. 76-55. Izzy Wright, she'll shoot the 3 ball. That'll go. Izzy Wright has 9. Caitlin Campbell. Knocked away out of bounds by Mariah Avila. 2:21 to go here in the game, 76-58. Scottsbluff will fall to 13-5, it would appear. Natrona trying to get their 9th win of the season. They'll inbound it to Paddock. She'll zigzag her way, now back middle. Manville up top, Blom, wide open look. She'll put up the 3 off the heel of the iron, rebounded by Peyton Berta. Berta to Emma Foote. She'll hoist the 3. Wouldn't go, rebounded by Manville. Outlet pass to Paddock, in and out of her hands, out of bounds. 4th turnover of the quarter committed by the Natrona County Phillies, 76-58. We'll have the boys' game to follow here on KNEB.TV and 106.9 The Trail. Mariah Avila dribbles inside the arc, being defended by Blom, gets rid of it to right. This one banks in. Izzy Wright into double figures with 12. Banks in the 3, a full timeout on the floor, 1:41 to go in regulation. The deficit's been cut to 15 now on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Back with you here on the Rural Radio Network. Some full court pressure. Ball loose on the floor. Paddock down with Harsh. We've got a whistle and a jump ball. And Natrona County will maintain possession. They've led by as many as 24. That lead now at 15 points. Full court pressure. They get it into Hagar. They've got a wide open Manville up the floor. And Emily Manville has her first 2 points of the game. All 7 that have played have scored now. Quickly back the other way. Peyton Berta cans one from deep. All 3 of her baskets from long range. No one home defensively, and Berta fouls Brooklyn Hetrick on the shot. 2 foul shots coming now for Hetrick, who's a 71% free throw shooter. As Natrona County trying to get to 80 points in the game. Short right on the miss for Hetrick. They're 11 for 14 at the line, and they've hit 11 threes. Hetrick misses both. Izzy Wright grabs the rebound. Could have been a double dribble called there on Wright, possibly. Left side 3 for Avila, rims out, rebounded by Hetrick. They'll throw it up to Paddock. Paddock pushed from behind, and the foul in the open floor called against Peyton Berta. 4th foul on Berta, 10th team foul. 2 shots now coming for Emma Paddock. At the foul line, Paddock a 60% shooter. They've missed their last 3. The lead is 14. Back to 15 as Paddock gets the second. She's up to 18 points in the game. And that'll be a near turnover. Now Avila knocked off her spot by Hetrick. Pull-up jumper from the left elbow. And Mariah Avila has 6 points in the quarter, 8 for the game. A 30-second timeout It is 79-66. Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial farm and feed truck center, representing Freightliner, Western Star, and Harsh. Find Floyd's Truck Center at 322 South Beltline Highway East, right here in Scottsbluff. Coming up on 3:30, 6 minutes away, we'll have the boys game to follow. 79-66 our score. Would take a miracle rally here still in the final minute of action. 53 seconds to play and a 13-point deficit. Near steal, ball loose on the floor. Blom fighting for it. We're going to get a foul called against Scottsbluff. Harsh and Avila were right there, and this foul goes on Sabrina Harsh. First foul on Harsh, and now at the line it'll be Tamarin Blom, a 55% shooter, and she'll get a pair. 6 seconds came off the clock. Blom hits the front end. One of 4 players in double figures for Natrona County. Tamarin Blom now with 11. Misses the second, and a silly foul if you're Hetrick. You're smaller than Harsh. She had position. You stop the clock, and you allow Harsh to go to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity, up by 14. Caitlin Campbell on, replacing Emily Manville. Not a good foul from Hetrick. 80-66, 46.8 to play. And Harsh gets the first one to go. 3 for 6 at the line in the quarter. We've got a timeout taken by Natrona County. 46.8 to go. We'll step away. 80-67. They lead it by 13 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
The holidays are a time to connect with family, with friends, with each other. After a busy year, the holidays are the perfect time for laughing together, playing together, talking together, and celebrating together. Spend time this holiday season connecting with the people that mean the world to you, and let Allo take care of the connectivity.
Harsh hit the first, back at the line for the second attempt here. Coming down the stretch in this fourth quarter. Sabrina hits the second. She gets both that trip at the line. Near steal. 10 points in the quarter for Harsh. She has 26 in the ball game. And that's a turnover committed by Natrona County. By the time Harsh is done here, she's going to be an absolute monster. 80-68, just a 12-point deficit. Avila will play it into Harsh. Harsh back cut, Izzy right for 2. Scottsbluff with a never say die attitude here in this fourth quarter. Natrona County throws it ahead, and that's a turnover. Just sloppy basketball coming down the stretch here. I've got Natrona County for 7 fourth quarter turnovers. Harsh got away with a travel, foot for 3, off the heel of the iron, over the back foul called against Sabrina Harsh. Two shots, double bonus here for Tamarin Blom. Blom is now just 1 for 3 at the line in the fourth quarter. They've kind of fallen apart both at the line and handling pressure here in the final 90 seconds of this ball game. Blom misses 2. Kietrich an offensive rebound. That rolls off the iron and eventually corralled by Sabrina Harsh. It's a 10-point lead, and Berta, she'll fire on a catch-and-shoot 3. Couldn't get it to go. Up top, wide open. Off the mark. That'll ricochet and roll out of bounds off the iron. Under a second to go in the game. And the buzzer sounds. Our final here this afternoon. Casper and Natrona County up in Scottsbluff by the final of 80-70. We'll step away and get to our Runs of Postgame show in just a moment. 10-point loss at home for Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff. A very entertaining first game of our doubleheader here this afternoon at Scottsbluff High. It just did not go in the win column for the Lady Bearcats as they eventually fall by the final of 80-70, trailed by as many as 24 in the second half. And the final really not indicative of the way that game played out. Natrona County kind of crumbled a little bit late against some full court pressure, some silly fouls, plenty of turnovers, some quick shots on the offensive end, and that allowed Scottsbluff to rally and get the score a little bit closer. There's the final buzzer sounded. 80-70 the final in this one. Both these boys teams are out on the floor warming up right now. We'll have the back end of our high school basketball doubleheader coming up for you in about 18 plus minutes, according to the scoreboard here at Scottsbluff. Scoring by quarter, and there was plenty of it for Natrona County. 24 in the first, 22 in the second, 22 in the third, and then 12 points in the final 8 minutes. 46 in the first half, 34 in the second, as they score 80. Put 80 on the board in a 10-point road win at Scottsbluff. For the Lady Bearcats, 19 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. They were down 46-29 at halftime. They score 14 in the third, and then they put up a big 27-point fourth quarter. Sabrina Harsh had a huge day for the Lady Cats. We'll add up the scoring totals, and we'll get to a check on post-game stats right after this when we come back on the Rural Radio Network.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Chris Cottrell back with you on the Rural Radio Network as it is between games here at Scottsbluff High. The Scottsbluff girls lose to Casper Natrona County by the final of 80-70 as we tally up a few final point totals for both these teams. And we will get a check on our post-game stats. Brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. They've been in business for over 35 years. They've also got the Rock Pile Division Service and Equipment, Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gehring. 4 in double figures for Natrona County. Megan Hagar led with 20-18 for their leading scorer on the season. Emma Paddock, 17 for Brooklyn Heatrick, 11 for Tamarin Blom. Next in line, a pair of sixes. Caitlin Campbell with 6, and also 6 off the bench for Ruby Salazar. And Emily Manville comes off the pine and scores 2. Natrona County hits 11 threes in the game. All 11 came in the first 3 quarters of action. For Scottsbluff, the game-high scorer, Sabrina Harsh, with 26, a career high. Izzy Wright scored 14. 9 in the game for Peyton Berta, all on threes. 8 points for Mariah Vila, 3.5 under her season average. 4 off the bench for Paige Horn. 7 in the game for Jamison Howard, and 2 for Callie Wright. Your scoring totals for both these teams this afternoon as Casper Natrona wins it 80-70 over Scottsbluff. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll get to our Taco John's Player of the Game for the Lady Bearcats. That's next after this on the Rural Radio Network.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function
and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
We're back on KNEB.TV and 106.9 The Trail. Chris Cottrell, glad to have you along on the Rural Radio Network. Between games here at Scottsbluff, boys action in about 13 and a half minutes. The Scottsbluff girls were beaten by 10 by Natrona County, 80-70. 4 in double figures for Natrona. Scottsbluff had 2 in double figures. Izzy Wright had 14. We'll have our Taco John's Player of the Game mentioned right now for the Lady Bearcats. Player of the Game brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gehring. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. No surprise here, a no-brainer as Sabrina Harsh scored 26 points for Scottsbluff. Had 8 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 8 more in the third, and came up with 10 points in what was a fourth quarter flurry of action for the Lady Cats. Harsh with 10 in the fourth. She finishes with 26 points in the ball game. Game high score in a 10-point loss for the Scottsbluff girls as they fall to 13-5 on the season. All 5 of the Scottsbluff girls' losses have come to teams from out of state. Cheyenne East, Cheyenne Central, Casper Natrona, Cody, Wyoming, and then the one squad out of South Dakota there in Rapid City, St. Thomas More. So undefeated in the state. That's a good omen moving forward for Dave Bolish's bunch. And I'm sure we'll talk with Dave Bolish, the Scottsbluff girls head coach, at halftime of the boys game. 80-70 was the final in that girls contest. Again, 4 in double figures for Natrona County. 20 for Hagar, 18 for Paddock. She came in their leading scorer at 15 a game. 17 for Heatrick and 11 for Tamarin Blom. They knocked down 11 threes in the first 3 quarters. They finished with that number, and they had their lowest scoring quarter of 12 in the fourth as Scottsbluff outscored it by 15 to rally back. So I guess I was wrong. I said the biggest lead was 24. Biggest lead would have been 25 with that math. 24, 22, and 22 scoring by quarter in the first 3 quarters for Casper Natrona County. 80-70 the final for the girls matchup. Boys action here in about a little over 11 minutes. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll catch up with Scottsbluff boys head coach Scott Golian. It's been a week since the Scottsbluff boys played. They got a win 63-56 over at Gearing a week ago today, and now they host Natrona County here back on their home floor, trying to get back to 500, even their record up at 8-8. We'll hear from Scott Golian when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
We're back on the Rural Radio Network, TV and radio for our Scottsbluff girls and boys doubleheader today. Girls game just wrapped up. We're turning the page and moving towards the boys tip-off here in just a little bit. Scottsbluff home entertaining Casper Natrona County. Time to catch up with Scottsbluff boys head basketball coach Scott Golian for pregame coaches' comments that are always brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Spring sports season just around the corner. See Shane Wilson and his staff to be in the zone all season long. Well, Coach, a little over, exactly a week off here since your last ball game. Nice comeback win. You were down 4 at Gearing last Saturday. Come back in the fourth quarter and you win at 63-56. Some good intestinal fortitude in your arch rival's home gym to come back and get that win, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we played our best basketball, but our kids found a way. Gearing was hitting shots, right? Shooting the ball pretty well, and we weren't, and we ended up finding a way to win. In the fourth quarter, we're down 4, I think, going into the fourth quarter, and able to pull it out, make enough plays down the stretch on both ends of the court to find a way to win, and that's a big thing for this team. Gearing's always tough in their gym, and every year it comes down to the wire, and pretty much every time we play them, it's going to be a grind no matter what's going on throughout the season.
Your season definitely hasn't been as disjointed as mine, but still you look up and there's only 6 regular season games left. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it's gone by fast. I think about every year goes by a little bit quicker. And, this year has been a little bit more because we're not playing as many games with our schedule. Just some of it due to COVID and some of it due to just weren't able to find a game or two here and there. It's coming down to the stretch run for us, and we got to be prepared and still just trying to be able to play our best basketball right at the end.
What's been the focus? You've had back-to-back full work weeks, if you will, on the practice floor. So what's kind of been the focus this week? How much of it has been spent just kind of worrying about your own selves, and how much of it has been spent worrying about Natrona?
We just kind of shot the ball a bunch on Monday, and then we got after it a little bit on Tuesday. But primarily we're just focused on ourselves. If we can play with energy and urgency on the defensive end, that's kind of been the key for us. If we can do, it depends on our defense. I think we can score enough points. It's just whether we can hold teams under what we're scoring. And, so the most part, we're just focused on what we can do, but obviously you got to do, there's things you got to prepare for your opponent, and we've gotten that done as well.
It'd been a little stretch where it was kind of mainly zone defense for a minute, and then you went back to, in the fourth quarter last week, it felt like quite a bit of man defense. I think it might have been strictly man, at least to close out the game, that kind of turned the tide. So now do you feel comfortable going to one or the other, or would you have a preference for one moving forward for what you want to do with this team?
Just kind of depend on the matchup and depend on the flow of the game. We had a few good games there with Ogallala and Cheyenne East where I thought we played really well in the zone. And then, obviously we're kind of overmatched against Cheyenne Central. But I just didn't think we were bringing much energy out of the zone against Gearing, and they were hitting outside shots. And so we made the switch, and I don't know if we were necessarily really good in it. But it was just enough to maybe, flip the momentum just a little bit to get us going.
Gave the player of the game post-game last weekend to Trevor Schwartz. He's kind of been inserted into the starting lineup, giving you a little bit more size, a little bit of a bulky body, and he scored in double figures on Saturday. What's Trevor been able to do to improve his game as the years moved along?
He's just, stayed positive, continues to work. He's one of our smarter players, I think, that just kind of understands what's going on and what he needs to do. And, I don't think he's ever really lost confidence in his shot. He struggled to shoot it for a little bit. But he was able to come up with some big shots for us. Like I said on the post game, we just got to get him to maybe stop fouling so much. He just kind of gets himself some silly fouls. And then when you're playing in that, the zone, or you're on the block, you're probably going to end up picking up some fouls just because you're down there, and you're either helping or guys are trying to bang into you, rebounds, whatever, so you're going to pick up some. So we just got to get them to picking up some of those silly ones.
Natrona 3-5. What's the scouting report on these guys?
They're going to play hard. I think they're pretty well coached. They got a couple good shooters. They're pretty big. Not overly big, but they're 6'4" and 6'3", but with good size. I don't know how their football team was this year, but they've always had a pretty good football team. So you're going to see some of those guys on the court. I don't know if they're overly skilled, but they play super hard and they're physical, and that's kind of affected us. Those types of teams have kind of affected us with physicality, and we're going to have to make sure we are able to match it. They're going to run a bunch of different stuff at us, primarily man, but a couple different zone presses, whether it's a 1-3-1 or a 2-2-1. So we're going to have to be able to handle that, and then just be able to try to take away a couple of their shooters.
And a quick key to the game. You talked about a few things right there. We'll see if there's anything else that stands out here. Key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home with a lifetime warranty, and you get that with every new vehicle purchase there at Team Auto. Anything else, or what's the number one thing you feel you have to do well to get this win?
I think we're going to have to rebound the basketball. It's going to be pretty much all on the defensive end, whether we can take away some of their shooters, their scorers, and rebound the basketball, since they're they're a little bit bigger. They crash the glass hard, and I already said it a little bit. We got to make sure we match their physicality and not be bothered by it.
There you have it from Scott Golian. Boys game set to tip here in just a few minutes. TV and radio for coverage late this afternoon. Coach, as always, thanks for the time. Looking forward to this one. Best of luck.
You bet, Chris. Thanks.
We'll come back with more tip-off approaching here on the Rural Radio Network.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
Be hard and be physically tough, and maybe be a tough team on the glass. Maybe not going to be the best shooting team, but we'll see how these things play out. And they've had an injury adjustment to their starting lineup. Million Allison was listed on a starter in the roster that their head coach, Philip Kohler, now not be in the scorebook according to the scorers table, and Will Lewis will be inserted into the lineup for Natrona. The Mustangs are 3-6 on the year. Scottsbluff comes in with a record of 7-9. As both teams under 500, Cats looking to get back to that 500 mark. We'll get to starting lineups coming up here shortly. Girls action earlier, a 10-point win for Natrona County. That final was 80-70, 150 combined between the two teams. And 80-point outburst for the Natrona County Phillies. They had 4 in double figures. Scottsbluff played a week ago here on the boys' side of things. A 7-point win over at Gering, had to rally back from down 4 at the end of the third quarter. Prior to that, losses to Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central. We'll step away right now for the playing of the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll pass along starting lineups for both these clubs right after this.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
Chris Catrone, glad to be with you from our Logos broadcast position here at Scottsbluff High School. Just moments away from opening tip for our boys contest with Scottsbluff and Casper, Natrona County. Natrona County a winner in the girls game by 10. Let's get to starting lineups now for our boys contest. Mustangs are 3-6. Isaac Spear, a 6'4 senior, averages 5 points per game. 6'3 senior Jace George averages 10 points a game. Also in the starting lineup, Will Lewis, a senior, we mentioned him, inserted today with an injury to what would be a regular starter. Kobe Kelly is their top scorer at 14 per game, 5'8 senior, and Ryan Swan, a senior, at 11.5 points. For Scottsbluff, it'll be Tyler Hari, a 6'4 junior, 14 points and 7 rebounds per game. Kellen Harris, the sophomore, 8.5 points per game for the 6'1 sophomore. Trevor Schwartz, has been in the starting lineup now for a few weeks. 6'3" junior. Averages 5.5. James Bruner, a 6'4" senior, and Tate Talkington rounds out the starting five for Scottsbluff. The sophomore averages 7 points per game. We'll get you our Papa Murphy's opening tip. Papa Murphy's, located in Scottsbluff at 2801 Avenue B. It's always love there at 425 degrees. Don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal there. Both teams under 500. Scottsbluff with a win would get back to 500. They are 7-8 on the year. James Bruner controls the tip. Scottsbluff has the basketball. Tyler Hari being defended by Isaac Spear. Natrona County goes man on this opening possession. A back cut and a good find as Talkington gets it to James Bruner for the easy lay-in. This game a year ago in Casper was one of the uglier games the Scottsbluff boys program has played in quite some time. They won it. It was close. Talent-wise, they should have won by 30. With it in the right corner is Ryan Swan. He averages 11.5 points per game. Natrona staying very patient here on this opening possession of the game. Scottsbluff in a zone to open things up, and they force a turnover. So a bucket on one end, a steal on the other. The outlet pass, and Bruner has both field goals for Scottsbluff. 4-0 start for the Bearcats. Will Lewis would not have started. They had an injury last night. They got beat by Rock Springs 56-51. Allison unable to go today. Will Lewis, they get it high post to Spear. Spear to Lewis, saves it in bounds. I think that is off a Bearcat. It'll stay with the Mustangs. 1 minute and 19 seconds played here in the first quarter. Inbounds pass from Jace George to Kelly. Now Lewis. And the zone creates another turnover. Outlet pass up ahead. This time it's Kellen Harris with the easy finish. 2 turnovers. Scottsbluff has turned those 2 into baskets going the other way. It's a 6-0 lead here to start the game. Out of the corner. With it is Swan. They'll get it down low. Turning and scoring with the left hand is Jace George. 6-2 lead. First quarter action. Talkington, baseline drive, forces the shot, partially blocked, and here comes Natrona County. Lewis gets baseline. Spear down low. Lewis on the catch. He'll shoot it. That won't go. Offensive rebound. Spear fouled from behind by Bruner. Offensive rebound, and Isaac Spear, a 67% foul shooter, will head to the line. .541 to play. Spear short with the first. Got the second after 6 points to start the game for Scottsbluff. Natrona County has scored the last 3. Talkington in the left corner. Picks up his dribble as he brought it middle of the floor. Talkington on the catch. Now Kellen Harris between the legs. Talkington behind the arc left side. Down low. Should be an easy finish for Trevor Schwartz off the feed from Bruner. Trevor Schwartz, the third Bearcat to score here in the first 2 minutes plus. Ball tipped away. Another turnover forced by the Bearcats. That is 3. Talkington open 3. Left side wouldn't go. Offensive rebound to Hari. Up, shot blocked, out of bounds. It'll stay with Scottsbluff as Spear got the swat. Hari will inbound. They get it into Schwartz. Now Bruner. Hari, one dribble into a 3. That's down. Tyler Hari knocks down the tray. And Scottsbluff off to a fast start offensively. They lead 11-3. George. Kelly. Now Will Lewis, he walked with it. Another turnover for Natrona County. They're fourth in the early going. If they can't get that stat under control, it's going to be a long afternoon for the visitors from Casper. Kellen Harris, and a moving screen called against James Bruner, and that is going to be the second foul on Bruner. And Jackson Ostick will get up off the bench and check in at the next dead ball as Scottsbluff will lose some height with that swap. 6'4", they go to 5'8" with Ostick coming in. Isaac Spear, dangerous pass, bailed out as it hit a Bearcat defender's foot. Whistle blows a kick. It'll stay with Natrona County. 11-3 is our score. 4:12 to play here in the opening quarter. Will Lewis will throw it in out near midcourt. Lewis on the catch. He'll shoot it and knock down the tray. Left corner three for Will Lewis. Big make for Natrona County. They needed it. They are within 5. It's 11-6. Kellen Harris, the sophomore point guard, gets it to Jackson Ostick. Left side, Talkington. A little stop and pop left the runner short. Will Lewis again. This one bounced off the iron, then the backboard drops in. Back-to-back trays for Will Lewis. It is 11-9. Natrona County cuts the lead to 2 for Scottsbluff. Talkington, they enter the pass down low to Schwartz. He goes to the jump hook with a right hand, wouldn't go off the square. Here come the Mustangs. Kobe Kelly, a 5'8" senior, their leading scorer. He gets 14 tonight. Will Lewis, back-to-back possessions with a made three-pointer. Kelly found George underneath. George gathers. And a block shot. Was that Talkington that got it from behind? I think so. Here's Ostick into the front court. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wide open for Tyler Hari. Off the iron. Rebounding is Jace George, a 6'3" senior for Natrona. Lewis again. His fourth three-point attempt. That one wouldn't drop. It's out of bounds. Last touch by the Mustangs. Scottsbluff will get the ball back. Leading by 2, 11-9. Kellen Harris dribbles across the timeline into the front court for the catch. Schwartz bounces it to Hari. Back to Ostick, a 50% three-point shooter this season in limited attempts. Can't knock it down. Up ahead to Kobe Kelly. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by Lewis underneath. Lewis out of the corner. Natrona County buries that one. Ryan Swan from deep. Third three of the quarter, and Casper Natrona goes in front, 12-11, their first lead of the game. Ostick, now Talkington. Entry pass down low. Schwartz gets it fading away. Scottsbluff back in front. Isaac Spear picks up his dribble, gets it to Kelly. At the foul line. Reaching in from behind, ball loose on the floor. We're going to get a whistle and a foul called against Natrona. This will go on Ryan Swan. First foul of the ball game called against Natrona. Jace George will sit. I think that's 10. Ben Hoppins in. We'll double check that number. Yeah, looks like Ben Hoppins, a senior big, has come into the game. Kobe Kelly defending on the perimeter. Tyler Hari drives baseline. Got up in the air. Shot blocked. Whistle. Jump ball. And possession arrow will give it to Natrona. Isaac Spear sits for Natrona County. Gibson Heathman, a 6'2 sophomore, into the game. Will Lewis, now Kobe Kelly. That three is short. Rebound comes off long to Kellen Harris. Harris hesitates, gets it, paint whistle, foul called against Hoppins. 58 seconds to play, first quarter action, and it is a 1-point lead for the Bearcats, 13-12 here at home against Casper Natrona County. Harris left that foul shot a little bit short and right. Kellen on the season, a 74% free throw shooter. He's got 3 points, leads 14-12 for the Cats. Swan holds up top. He'll bounce it to Kobe Kelly. Kelly. Bounce pass to Will Lewis. They get it high post against the zone. Kelly hesitates, gets into the paint. Tough shot, wouldn't go. Ball is deflected, then off the hand of Tyler Hari and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Natrona County down by 2. They'll inbound from the far sideline with Ryan Swan. For Scottsbluff, Harris, Ostick, Schwartz, Hari, and Talkington. Inbounds pass comes to Will Lewis for Natrona County. He's hit 2 big threes here in the first quarter. Scottsbluff in a 2-3 zone. Swan, little weave action, bounces it into the hands of Kobe Kelly. 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. They'll get it middle. Heathman, a reach-in foul. No, jump ball. Scottsbluff will get it back. Scott going in, roaming the sideline for the Bearcats. Harris with 10 to play. Talkington loses it momentarily, and now it's Kobe Kelly. A steal in transition. The buzzer sounds, and a turnover leads to a basket. Scottsbluff struggled on that end of quarter possession as Kelly gets the lay-in. And after 1 quarter of play, we're tied 14 apiece on the West Coast scoreboard.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Chris back with you on TV and radio this afternoon. We're just past 4 o'clock. Boys varsity matchup now in the second quarter. Kobe Kelly off a screen, gets along the baseline, and knocking down the mid-range jumper off the screen and kind of the pick and pop action. Jace George knocks it down. And back in front goes Natrona County, 16-14. Hari knocked down an early three. Ostick on the drive. That is off the square and falls in for 2. Jackson Ostick has his first basket of the game. 5th Bearcat to score. 16 apiece, and now a turnover committed by Natrona County's Kobe Kelly. Schwartz out, James Bruner now playing again with 2 fouls. Ostick in traffic, shot block, ball loose on the floor. Ostick runs it down. Bill Corral picks up his dribble, looks for help. It's Hari on the catch. Now Kellen Harris. Right side, Hari steps back into a 3, missed it. And the rebound to Jace George. Here comes Kobe Kelly for Natrona County. Swan cutting middle and nearly turned it over. Isaac Paddock, a sophomore, got it to Swan. That three short. Up top, Kellen Harris. He carried it. No, walked with it, excuse me. Tyler Hari will sit. Caden Patton, sophomore guard, will check in. Ostick, Harris, Patton, Talkington, and Bruner. We're even at 16. Scottsbluff staying in that zone along the baseline. Now up top, two Mustangs collide with one another. It's Swan with the basketball. They maintain possession. Isaac Spear on the perimeter. Now Kobe Kelly. Thought about the deep three. Gets it to Jace George. Swan. He'll shoot over Patton. Swan's three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Jackson Ostick. Up the floor to Kellen Harris. Kobe Kelly got a hand in the passing lane and knocked it away out of bounds. Will Lewis, 2 first-quarter threes off the bench and back into the game now for Natrona County. Tied at 16, 6:01 to play in the half. Bruner, jump hook with a right hand. Box out, rebound for Jace George. Swan handles. Now Spear. They help down on the post player. Now Harris, Spear. Isaac Spear. One hand bounce pass down low to George. Turns middle and a little jump hook with the left hand. That's 2 of those he's been able to convert here in the first half. Jace George has 6. And Natrona County leads 18-16. Rushing it back the other direction. Missed shot in the paint for Kellen Harris. Will Lewis got deep. He'll get rid of it to Paddock. Now Lewis, almost stolen away. Swan playing with 2. Bruner had to let him go, and Ryan Swan took advantage of a defender who's in foul trouble. They'll have to get Bruner out. Schwartz and Hari will check in at the next dead ball. Biggest lead of the game at just 4 right now for Natrona County. It's 20-16. Ostick outside Caden Patton. Patton operates along the baseline. Finds a wide open Tate Talkington off the iron. Rebounded by Paddock. To Lewis. Gives it to Spear. Paddock flashing to the high post. Instead they lob it down to George. That shot blocked by Patton, out of bounds off Caden Patton and Scottsbluff. It'll be Natrona County basketball with 4:22 to play in the half. Bruner will stay, so James Bruner stays on the floor. Harris and Talkington go to the bench. Paddock dangerously close to a 5-second call, and he held on to it for too long. A turnover. Just an unforced error right there for Natrona. Their 7th turnover of the first half. I've got Scottsbluff down for only 3, but it's the Mustangs in front of the Bearcats, 20-16. Patton on the catch, right side, Bruner has it. Curling off the screen is Ostick. Got up in the air and a whistle and a foul. I think this will go on Will Lewis. First foul on Lewis. 5th team foul on Scottsbluff. No, check that, the 3rd. And Ostick hits the first of 2. Scottsbluff 2 of 3 now at the foul line. 2nd on the way for Ostick. That rolls off the iron into the hands of Isaac Spear. 20-17. Kobe Kelly, he walked with it on the catch. He caught it and just tried to jump his way into a jump shot. Easy call for the near side official. Scottsbluff down 3 with the ball. Trevor Schwartz being defended by Jace George. Hari got a clean look. We're tied at 20 as Hari both his baskets from behind the arc. Will Lewis bounces it to Kelly. Scottsbluff in the zone. Spear flashing to the middle. High post area is Jace George. Now Kelly cut off. He'll bounce it out to Will Lewis. Lewis. Wraparound pass. Couldn't fit it into George. Here comes Scottsbluff looking for the lead. Ostick drives it into the paint. High arcing runner. It falls through for Jackson Ostick. Having a nice effort here in the quarter. He's got all 5 of his points in the second quarter. Scottsbluff leads it 22-20. Isaac Spear cutting George. That'll be an easy lay-in for Jace George. 6 of his 8 in the second. We're even 22-22. Patton nearly walked with it. Gets it to Ostick. Back to Caden Patton. Kobe Kelly defends. Bruner on the catch. Off a screen, Schwartz. He's going to shoot the 3. Kind of wedged it in between the backboard and the iron. It comes off. Rebounded by Natrona County. 2.5 to play here in the first half. A runner for Kobe Kelly. No box out. Rebound to George. Outside, Isaac Spear. Cans a triple. 4-3 of the half for Natrona County, and the Mustangs lead the Cats 25-22. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Isaac Spear. 4th team foul on Natrona. First personal on Spear. Both teams with substitutions. Paddock out. Swan in for Natrona. Bruner and Ostick will sit as Harris and Talkington are back onto the floor for Coach Golian. Right side with a basketball. Pat. Entry pass down low. Right block area. It's Schwartz. And finding the open shooter on the perimeter, Kellen Harris knocks in a 3. And we're tied at 25. Will Lewis lobs it to Kelly. Open look out of the left corner. Swan left the 3 ball short. Rebound falls into the hands of Trevor Schwartz. A minute and 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Schwartz missed it the last time, missed this 3 badly. Lewis brings it up the floor for the Mustangs. Picks up his dribble. Pass fake, gets rid of it to Spear, gets it back on the handoff action. Lewis lobs it to Swan. Swan dribbles into the paint, took some contact, shot wouldn't go, offensive rebound. Jace George averages 10. He's got that number here in the second quarter and a chance to get to 11 with a 3-point play. Foul goes against Hari. His first, team's third. .65 seconds to play in the half. And George converts the old-fashioned 3-point play. Just the third free throw attempt of the ball game for Natrona County. They are 2 out of 3. And the lead back to 3, 28-25. Talkington in the backcourt with it. We go under 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Swan defends against Tate Talkington. Now Kellen Harris. On the catch, it's Caden Patton. Talkington. One dribble. Nice look. A little dish with a right hand to Trevor Schwartz, who now has 6 in the half. 35 seconds to play. Can Natrona stay patient? Do they want the final shot of the half? Patton knocks it away out of bounds. Will Lewis back on. Preston Propp was out there for a couple of possessions. Natrona County will throw it into the backcourt. Kobe Kelly brings it across the timeline. They'll run 2 defenders now at Lewis. Swan has it. 20 seconds to play in the half. It looks like the Mustangs want to play for the final shot. Can they stay disciplined enough to get it? Without rushing, going too early, taking a bad one, and leaving the Bearcats with a crack at it late. Out of the corner, it's Spear. Spears' three wouldn't go. So they had a shot, but they missed the three. And at halftime, it's 28-27. We'll come back and visit with Scottsbluff girls coach Dave Bolish right after this. Natrona County with a 1-point lead here at the break on Scottsbluff on our West Coast scoreboard. No matter what the groundhog says, you'll be mowing before you know it this spring. The best way to make sure you're ready for the first blades of grass is to take advantage of Sandberg Honda's Spring Tune-Up Special. From now until May 31st, schedule your lawnmower tune-up and receive free pickup and delivery in Scottsbluff and Gering. As a bonus, schedule service by March 10th and save with the Early Bird Special. Call Sandberg Honda at 436-2179 for details and to schedule your spring lawnmower tune-up today. Chris Cottrell back with you here. Halftime of our boys contest. We visit now with Scottsbluff girls head coach Dave Bolish. Coach, a 10-point loss. You guys scored 27 in the fourth quarter to get things tightened up a little bit, but there for a while, everything they put up went in, and 80 points in a varsity girls basketball game, 150 combined. That was a lot of offense out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just kind of shows you how skilled both those teams are. They play a lot like us. That's a Class A school, and I mean, their kids were just a little bit bigger than us at every position, and they shot it really well early on. Now, we came out in 1-3-1 zone. No one had seen that yet. I had them shooting as a team about 24.5% on the season, but the previous game where they got 2-3, they shot 4 of 27. So we just kind of felt like we could use our length and get them to take some shots, and I think they were disorganized. But hats off to their kids because they made some great shots. They made a couple of long ones there too, made them in transition off the press. They just kind of had it going on early there. So I thought for our kids to battle, dig in, make some adjustments at half, and just keep competing for the whole 32 minutes. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, they had 11 threes, all 11 in the first three quarters. On your side of things, what were you seeing from them defensively? It looked like they were helping. Any defender near Mariah was kind of giving some help and getting the ball out of her hands.
Well, Secret's out on her. I think she's a contender for best point guard in Class B for sure. But Secret's out on her. They're trying to help on her. People know her quickness. And they know she can shoot the ball well. So they did a nice job there. But defensively, the thing that they got us with is they ran our press. They ran diamond and one press against us early on in the first quarter. We made about 3 straight mistakes that put us down 6 or 8 that gave them enough breathing room to, I think, relax and then start to hit some shots in that 1-3-1 zone. So, kids did a nice job. I thought we executed and changed at halftime, but hats off to them. That's an incredible team. That's a state caliber team. That's a potential state champion in Class A. That's a potential state champion in Class A in Wyoming. So, we're better for that game. We installed so much new stuff. We can do so many things right now that we couldn't do 6 days ago. And we got really tested there by great athletes, by good coaching. And so we're better for that game. And so it maybe feels like maybe just a half step forward or a baby step back, but in the end, I think it's going to propel us to play our best basketball at the end of February and start of March.
Real coming out party for Sabrina Harsh. Got the start, scored 26, and just a sophomore, she's got a chance to be one of the best to come through here.
Yeah, she does. She's just a little bit different. She can do some things that a lot of people can't do. The athleticism of her is really insane. That's a kid that can jump up and touch the rim easy. She's pretty skilled, pretty coordinated. We're just trying to get her to get a little bit more extra time in and really develop her shot a little bit, and she becomes a tremendous weapon for us. But I think just all around, we've got kids that do a lot of great stuff, and I'm super happy for Sabrina. She's earned that start. She's worked really hard in and outside the classroom. She's got a lot of room to improve, but she's really growing as a young lady right now, so we're proud of her, and she does a great job of competing for us.
Roadies at Alliance and Sydney coming up next weekend, so regular practice floor, and then finally a weekend with 2 games.
Yeah, and that's been tough for us. You talk about having 10 practices in 14 days and 2 Sundays off. That's tough. That's a mental grind. I think that kind of showed a little bit in practice. I think being hungry to come out, get a win against Alliance, get a win against Sydney, get ready for North Platte. We've got a couple of home games left here for this senior class, so I think they're ready and motivated. And the opportunity is there for us. I know York lost last night. Kind of those top 3-4 teams in the East are beating each other up over there right now. So if we can just kind of focus in and take care of us on the West side, I think we're going to be where we want to be at the end of the year.
Dave Bolish, head coach for the Scottsbluff girls, after a nice battle back in the fourth quarter, a 10-point loss. Coach, thanks for the comments. We'll visit with you next week.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
We'll come back right after this. Halftime of the boys game, 28-27, Natrona County in front on the West Coast scoreboard.
For more than 162 years, FNBO has been with you where you are. A bank committed to helping you earn more and save more, so you can do more, both big and small. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Hey y'all, Heather here with Platte Valley Back & Sew. Platte Valley Back & Sew has been a cornerstone in downtown Scottsbluff since 1977. Our family brings over 100 years combined experience in the vacuum and sewing machine industry. We stand behind all of our products with a warranty you can trust and service you can count on. Whether you decide to shop in-store or online at PlatteValleyBackandSew.com, our quality products and customer care shine through. You can buy online, sign up for classes, see a calendar of classes and events, view our newsletter, and stay up to date. Platte Valley Back & Sew, downtown Scottsbluff, and online to serve you.
Quick check on halftime stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply, the Rockpile Division Service and Equipment. 11 points, the leading scorer for Natrona. That'd be Jace George for Scottsbluff. They've got 3 with 6. Trevor Schwartz, Tyler Hari, and Kellen Harris scoring by quarter. 14-14 after 1, and then Natrona outscores Scottsbluff 14-13 in the second. Halftime score 28-27. We're back with the second half right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Finally, goodbye 2020. There was one good thing about 2020. That was the prices. And this is your last chance to get last year's prices at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. That's 20% off every window and door. Plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Only at Renewal by Anderson. But hurry, because 2020 pricing is only available until February 15th. Book your free estimate today. Call Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming at 307-215-7493.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Chris Cottrell with you. TV radio coverage. Second half underway from Scottsbluff. First possession. 3 off the mark for Tyler Hari. Will Lewis throws an outlet pass up the far sideline to Spear. They get it down to Jace George, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. If this is Bruner, it'll be number 3 right out of the gate. No, it'll be on Trevor Schwartz, who was in the neighborhood as well. Second foul on Schwartz. Kobe Kelly grabs the inbounds pass. Just underway here in the third quarter. Natrona County works against this Bearcat 2-3 zone. Will Lewis hit 2 first quarter threes. They're playing without one starter, regular starter here in this one. Got injured last night. Million Allison not in uniform today. We've not seen Isaiah Mendoza off the Scottsbluff bench, a double-digit scorer on the season. There's a quick turnover committed by Natrona, their 9th of the game. Talkington on the catch, right side behind the arc. They enter the pass down low to Bruner. Wide open look, opposite side, knocking down the tray, Kellen Harris. Kellen Harris has 9, and the Cats lead by 2, 30-28. Spear to set a screen against the zone on the perimeter. Can Kelly answer back with a 3? Missed it. Offensive rebound, George. Shot blocked by Bruner. Schwartz will bring it himself. Trevor into the front court to Tyler Hari. Kellen Harris with 9. Talkington, pull-up jumper from the foul line. Might have got hit on the arm, no call. Outlet pass to Kelly. Finds Swan, he walked with it. An early mess offensively here for Natrona County. Kellen Harris has it for Scottsbluff. Talkington, top of the key. Now Bruner. One dribble, picks it up, flashing to the wing to help out is Schwartz. Now Bruner. Thought about the short corner baseline, Jay. And the Cats turn it over. I've got him for just 5. Now we'll see Mendoza for the first time check in. Kobe Kelly. Now Swan. Entry pass down low. Jace George, it wouldn't go. From close range. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Tyler Hari. Cats with it in a 2-point lead. Kellen Harris handles. Works it to the middle of the floor. Now Schwartz dribbles his way into a 3. That'll go. Trevor Schwartz gives Scottsbluff a 5-point lead. Trevor has 9, came in averaging 5.5. Swan cutting his Spear, and a foul is called against Bruner. That'll be his 3rd. Isaac Spear, a 67% free throw shooter, gets the first to drop home. Mendoza checks in now for the first time. Bruner to the bench with 3. Isaiah averages 10 points a game. Did not see him in the first half. And Spear hits both. Took nearly 3 minutes for Natrona to get on the board here in the second half. They trail 33-30. Cats up by 3 with the basketball. Throwing it far side of the floor. Now Hari. He'll dribble into a mid-range. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Jace George. Lewis to Kobe Kelly to tie the game. Off the back of the iron. A reach-in foul called against Ryan Swan. Trying to take it away from Isaiah Mendoza. Second foul on Swan. Cats with it. Harris gives to Hari. Now Talkington. Dribbling behind the arc. Kellen Harris, Hari. Right side Schwartz. Trevor. They get it low. They go back outside on the feed. It wouldn't go for Mendoza. Offensive rebound for Tyler Hari. He scores it. He's got 8 points, and that's part of his game. He rebounds well, 7 per contest. Outside Kelly. A little runner along the baseline drops in for Kobe Kelly. Just his second basket. He's got 4 points. Comes in their leading scorer at 14 per game. He's been quiet. 35-32. Mendoza to Schwartz. Hari got a clean look at it. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound. Schwartz to Talkington. Mendoza wide open. Wouldn't drop. Oh, Hari has it taken away on the way down and grabbing it and getting rid of it. Good job by Jace George to keep that from being a jump ball situation. Kelly's shot wouldn't go. Mendoza grabs the miss. Loose on the floor. Kobe Kelly fouled by Trevor Schwartz. Nothing malicious about it, just a big body falling on top of Kobe Kelly. Second foul on Trevor. And 2 shots coming now for Kobe Kelly. He's a 52% foul shooter. Converts on the first. Natrona 3 for 3 at the stripe here in the quarter. Schwartz and Talkington out. Bruner and Ostick check in. It's a 2-point lead. They're 35-33. Second on the way from Kelly. Got both. (35-34). Mendoza. They'll throw cross court to Ostick. Quickly into the hands of Kellen Harris. Mendoza lines up a 3 off the back of the iron. Kelly up for the rebound. Here comes Natrona. The Mustangs in the half court. Kelly picks up his dribble. Gives it to Ryan Swan. Ostick defending. They're in that 2-3 zone. Swan now out of the corner. Will Harris, that 3, high off the iron. Offensive rebound, a third shot. They won't get a fourth as Kellen Harris clears. That was Ben Hoppins with a rebound, missed shot. Another O board. 2 missed shots on that possession for Hoppins. Mendoza drives along the baseline, goes to the reverse layup for 2. Mendoza. And now we've got a timeout taken. 2:29 to go in the quarter. 37-34. Cats up 3 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
At Platte Valley Bank, we realize the way people want to bank in the future may be different than it has been. As comfort levels and desires vary by person, banking may be different for some, yet not for others. We offer the best of both worlds, a traditional banking experience with our friendly tellers and an online or mobile banking option with features that you can personalize and utilize anytime, anywhere you go. So you can bank how you want, when you want, and from where you want to. Platte Valley Bank.
Chris Cottrell with you on the Rural Radio Network. TV, radio coverage here from Scottsbluff High School. Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all those quality automotive repair needs. Russell's Automotive, another fine high school sports sponsor for us here on the network. Third quarter getting late in this stanza. It's a 37-34 lead for the Bearcats. 2-3 zone for the Cats out of the timeout. Natrona County surveying. Trying to get their bearings here on this possession. Paddock's into the game. Also, Tyler Hill for the first time. A double dribble violation called against Hill. Mendoza inbounds to Kellen Harris. And now a steal in the open floor. Ryan Swan, a run out the direction, lays it in. So the Cats give up a fast break basket the other way off a turnover, a live ball turnover. Swan gets it to go. Tyler Hari trying to answer back. Got it. No, we're going to get a push, a foul against Mendoza, wipe away the field goal. So an offensive foul prior to the shot. Mendoza picks up the foul. No three ball for Hari. And it's Natrona County inbounding with a chance to take the lead. Mendoza and Bruner to the bench. Ostick and Schwartz back in. Also out there, Harris, Ostick. Underneath, on the catch. Hoppins for two and a lead. Talkington, Harris, Ostick, Schwartz, and Hari 5 for Coach Golian. Swan, Hill, Kelly, Paddock, and Hoppins, who just scored for Natrona County, and now Hoppins bodying up and checking the ball handler, Schwartz, and Hoppins. Swan out as Spear comes back in for the Mustangs. Foul Hoppins, 1 point deficit for Scottsbluff. Kellen Harris to Ostick. Mid post trying to the basketball is Schwartz. He's got Hoppins behind him. Kellen Harris has his third free of the game. Back in front of the Cats by 2. Hill throws a skip pass to Kelly. Kelly, now Spear. Kobe Kelly caught it, walked with it. Within close to being called for that nearly every time he catches on the perimeter. Got thrown down for 12 turnovers in the game. Talkington defended by Paddock. Austin cutting to the basket. Schwartz. By Hoppins, Hari will inbound it for the Bearcats. They'll lob it into Tate Talking, and that pass to the low block area intercepted by Hill. 8 turnovers now committed by Scott in the quarter. Spear to Hoppins along the baseline, had to break for Scott. They call for a kick. An easy layup for Hoppins. Talkington will sit. James Winter comes into the game. And now we play County. 40-38 will keep it right here. 7.3 to play in the third quarter. 2-point lead for the Bearcats. Kellen Harris has 6 quarter. He leads scoring so far in this one with 12. Trevor Schwartz with 9-8 for Tyler Hari. More than 125 years. Fargo Advisors has created wealth management investment strategies aimed at achieving your client's personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst to learn more. 632-7561. Also out property management, real estate to rental properties to property management. Ally, your friend in real estate. 2-point lead for the Cats. 7-point lead to play in the third quarter. Natrona set up a box, 2 at the block, 2 at the elbows. Paddock already called for 5-second violation. Earlier got close. Ball loose in the backcourt. Bruner looking shot up at the buzzer. They do. Harris and short, and we'll head to the fourth with a tight ball game here in our boys' first action. 40-38. Scottsbluff leading by 2 on the scoreboard.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming,
Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Start of the fourth quarter. Chris Catrone, glad to have you along on the Rural Radio Network. Scottsbluff leading Natrona County by 2, 40-38. Mustangs have the basketball to start the quarter. And a near turnover. Instead, a whistle and a foul called, and Ryan Swan will get 2 shots at the free throw line. That is the third personal on Trevor Schwartz. 5th team foul. And Swan at the line, where he's a 45% free throw shooter this year. Hits the first. He's got 8 points. Got both. Give him 9. 11 leads the way for Natrona from Jace George. All 11 of those in the first half. Now Mendoza loses the basketball, and we get a timeout taken before Kelly threw it. And that would have been a loose ball scramble. So the Cats turn it over. And we'll keep it right here. 7:35. 25 seconds is all that's ticked off the clock here so far in the fourth. We are tied at 40. Girls game earlier, 150 points combined as Natrona won it 80-70. 46-point first half. They had 4 in double figures. 3 with 17 points or more. .26 led all scorers from Scottsbluff. Sabrina Harsh, a career afternoon here in a 10-point loss at home. Harsh tracking to be a total force on the game floor. Not just the rest this year, but she's still got 2 more years after that. Out of the timeout, Scottsbluff in a 2-3 zone. Kobe Kelly on the left wing. Bounces it to Swan, back to Kelly. Kelly picks up his dribble. Swan, entry pass to George. Turn middle, gets rid of it. Spear, it's Kelly open. And we're going to have a whistle, 3 seconds in the key, called against Natrona County. They had some good ball movement late in that possession, but a violation, 3 seconds in the paint. And the Cats get it back. We're tied at 40. Kellen Harris picks up his dribble. Gets it to Bruner near midcourt. Back cut to Mendoza. Mendoza in traffic. Tough shot. Got it to go. Mendoza did not play in the first half. He now has 4 points in the second half. Will Lewis has been quiet after a couple of first quarter threes. 42-40. To Kelly. Kind of fumbled it for a moment, almost dropped it. Kelly. Slides a bounce pass to Swan. Swan comes to a jump stop, left the layup short. Offensive rebound. Missed a couple of close range shots. Natrona County, boy, they'll be kicking themselves coming up empty on that possession. Offensive rebound off the missed 3 from Hari. Kellen Harris went up, grabbed the miss, and scored it all in one motion. Kellen has 14 to lead Scottsbluff. Their lead is at 4. Their biggest lead of the game has been 8 at 11-3. Swan, Cats sticking in that 2-3 zone. Dribble handoff action to Will Lewis. Now they lob it to the left baseline. On the catch there, Kelly. They're gonna force him to knock down some threes at some point, and that ball gets stuck, wedged between the rim and the backboard left side. Possession arrow. It'll be Bearcats basketball. 44-40 with 5:37 left in regulation. 4-point lead for the Cats. Kellen Harris across the timeline. He's got 14. Talkington to Schwartz. Schwartz, Harris, Talkington, Bruner, and Mendoza on the floor. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Scottsbluff. Far side, inbounding will be Bruner. They'll throw it into the backcourt to Kellen Harris. Kellen being defended by Kobe Kelly. Gets it to Bruner. Now Mendoza with a baseline drive. And reaching in, getting all ball was Jace George. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cats. 5:12 to play here in the ball game. Talkington in traffic, count it, and a foul. Cats lead by 6. Chance to go up by 7. First points of the day for the sophomore guard, Tate Talkington. Connects at the line. Old-fashioned three-point play, and the Bearcats stretch it out to a 7-point lead. They'll stay in the 2-3 zone, really challenging this Natrona County team to find any semblance of an outside shot here from somebody. Kelly to Spear. Lob it down low, on the catch and finish, Jace George. Good big-to-big look from the high to the low post. George has 12. Check that, 13. Cats lead by 5. Schwartz. Off the square with a right hand. Rebounded by Swan. Swan pushes. He'll take it himself. Can't finish with the left. And rebounding for Scottsbluff, Tate Talkington. A whistle and a foul. It'll be the 4th team foul here in the half. And it's called on Jace George. 4:25 to go in the game. Bearcats up by 5, 47-42. Kellen Harris across the timeline. Harris, wide open, Isaiah Mendoza missed the 3, rebounding for the Mustangs is George. Kelly, 47-42. George. Back to Kobe Kelly. Now he drives. A runner with the right hand. Little teardrop drops through. Kelly has 8. Came in averaging 14. Mendoza fading away. Gets one to drop. Isaiah Mendoza has 6 in the half. 4 here in the quarter. Timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 49-44, Scottsbluff leading by 5. Girls game earlier, won by Natrona 80-70. Scottsbluff girls won the JV game. Out of the timeout, Bruner, Talkington, Mendoza, Schwartz, and Hari. For Natrona County, Paddock, Kelly, Swan, Spear, and George. Really not a lot in the way of three-point shooting on the floor right now for the Mustangs. They get it along the baseline to Spear, bounces it back to Swan. He did connect from deep in the first quarter. Now Kelly into the paint. It's George. Soft touch, and it rolls over the front side of the iron and falls through for Jace George. George has 15. Hari drives baseline. Blocking foul underneath, and Hari will shoot 2 at the line. It's a 3-point lead with 3:16 to go in the game. And Hari short on the first. He is a 77% free throw shooter. So he expects for himself to knock these down. Gets 1 of 2. 4-point lead for Scottsbluff, 50-46. Will Lewis is not on the floor, but they might need that outside shot at some point. Kobe Kelly. Under 3 to play, 2:51. Kelly's going to shoot a deep triple and bury it. Kobe Kelly from way outside. He's now into double figures with 11, a 1-point lead for the Scottsbluff Bearcats, 50-49. Mendoza got cut off deep along the baseline. Now Bruner has it. Right side, Talkington. Talkington, tough shot, couldn't get it to go. The rebound grabbed by Swan for Natrona County. Swan to Kelly. A little extra bounce in this step after hitting that 3 last time down. Paddock looks a little uncomfortable out there. Now Kelly, left side, well behind the arc, hand in his face from Talkington. Now Swan connects from deep. We knew they'd need to find some made threes, and they've got 2 on the last 2 possessions. Timeout taken by Scott Golian. Casper Natrona County's gone in front, 52-50. Timeout on the floor, will step away. 2-point deficit now for the Cats on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
A 6-0 spurt here for Natrona. Back-to-back threes, one from Kelly and one from Swan. And with 1:53 to play in the ball game, it's Casper Natrona County with a 2-point lead, 52-50. They'll run multiple defenders at Kellen Harris on the perimeter. Harris underneath, gets it to Bruner. Bruner in traffic, got it for 2. We're tied at 52. James Bruner has 6. Will Lewis is back into the game. That gives him another outside shooter. Swan, he walked with it. The amount of catch, shuffle feet, travel calls against Casper Natrona today, he might be up to 2 full hands worth between the 2 games. .90 seconds to go. Kellen Harris comes middle of the floor. Harris to Mendoza, baseline drive. Mendoza had the shot blocked, but some contact with the body, and 2 shots coming at the line for Isaiah Mendoza. Foul goes against Paddock. Mendoza gives Scottsbluff a 1-point lead. Isaiah misses the second. Cats cling to a 53-52 lead. 1:15 to go in the 4th. Crunch time here at Scottsbluff. Swan catches left side behind the arc. Man defense from the Bearcats. Kobe Kelly hit a 3 earlier in this quarter. Picks up his dribble. And now a timeout taken by Natrona County. 58 seconds to go in the game. 53-52. It's a 1-point lead for Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process. bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, RE/MAX, and settle down.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Chris Cottrell back with you on the network. A tight one down the stretch here, under a minute to go in the game. 58.1 seconds on the game clock. 53-52. Scottsbluff with a 1-point lead is all on Casper Natrona County. Natrona has it, right side. Now up top, George. Spear into the corner, Kobe Kelly. Kelly into the paint. And a whistle and a foul called against Scottsbluff. We'll see if this is on. Mendoza was there. Bruner was there. It'll be Kellen Harris, who was in the neighborhood as well. That is his first personal. And Kelly at the line ties the game. He's hit all 3 of his free throw attempts. He's up to 12 points in the game. Another make here, and Natrona goes in front. Saw every bit of the iron rimmed out on him. Grabbing the miss is Tyler Hari. 40 seconds to go in the game. We'll see if Scottsbluff wants to take the final shot. Mendoza to Kellen Harris. Back to Isaiah. Tyler Hari has it. Right side, Talkington. Paddock. Now Talkington. We get a timeout taken by Scott Golian. He wants a full. We'll keep it right here. 18.9 to play in the game. 53-53. We're all even. It was a 2-point lead after 3 quarters for Scottsbluff. Tied up now. And again, 18.9, I believe. They've got the amount of time and the timeout ticking down on the clock. Both teams with 6 fouls, so 1-1. If we get fouls the rest of the way for both these clubs. Natrona has 2 timeouts left. Scottsbluff has 1. Tied at 53. Kellen Harris has 14 for Scottsbluff. The only player in double figures for the Bearcats. George has 15 for Natrona. And Kelly has 12 for the Mustangs. And also with 12, Ryan Swan. They've got 3 in double digits. Scottsbluff going to look for the final shot now, you would assume, with 15 seconds to go. Mendoza dribble handoff. It goes to Talkington. Back to Isaiah. They get it to Kellen Harris. Now Schwartz. Wide open underneath. They came free with Talkington. And the Natrona head coach is going to ask for some more time on the clock. Tate Talkington got loose. Underneath the catch, the lay-in. And Scottsbluff leads 55-53. We'll see how much time they put on the clock. 2.3. So they add 1.4 to the clock. 2.3, 55-53. Talkington took the feed, came loose, wide open underneath. As the defensive unit for Natrona County just lost track of Tate Talkington. And he scores the easy bucket. Full length of the floor to go now for the Mustangs. with 2.3 on the clock, down by 2. Another timeout taken. And we'll step away. 55-53, back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Holiday recycling tips.
The holidays bring wrapping paper, boxes, and trees. Remember, when done with these items, recycle them. Wrapping paper can be collected and recycled in one of the city's recycling bins. Boxes can be collapsed and stored to use later or recycled. Finally, your old Christmas tree can be dropped off at this location. This holiday season, give thanks and a start to a healthier new year. Me at Tri-City Stormwater.
Out of the timeout, we get a push from behind called against James Bruner. Tyler Hill gets fouled, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation. Well, they say Spear was fouled. He's a 67% shooter. 0.2 on the clock. Wow. Foul on Bruner. It's his 4th. So Spear, they're putting 2.3 on the clock. No time came off. Foul occurred before the ball touched anybody. Spear with the miss. The rebound to Bruner. And that'll do it. Scottsbluff wins it at home, 55-53 over Casper Natrona County. We'll get to our Runza postgame show right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Orthopedics is key to managing and treating bone and joint pain, which most of us experience in our lifetime. Morrill County Community Hospital and their clinics are here to help. Mikhail Taylor, MD, is now welcoming new patients from hand surgery, sports medicine, and fractures and injuries. Mikhail Taylor is specialized in upper and lower extremities, and with her expertise, you're assured the highest quality health care service possible. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska, exceptional care right here at home.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Well, a wild finish here at Scottsbluff High School moments ago in our boys varsity matchup as Scottsbluff gets the victory at home over Casper Natrona County by the final of 55-53. On the offensive end, Tate Talkington, a catch and finish near the rim with 2.3 in the game to play. Timeout was taken by Natrona County after a couple of different timeouts, kept both teams on the bench for a moment. Then you had about a 3/4 court heave that resulted in a push from behind called against James Bruner. So no time came off the clock. That put Isaac Spear at the foul line with 2.3 to play, shooting a 1-and-1. Needed both to tie the ball game up. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. And Bruner grabbed the miss, and that was it. 55-53. The Bearcats get to the win column. We'll visit with head coach Scottsbluff's head coach Scott Golian right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Our selection of food and drinks from For Real
To going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United Miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
After a wild finish here at Scottsbluff, a victorious Scottsbluff head coach Scott Golian joins me on the Runs of Post-Game show. And, Coach, you knew this was going to probably turn into a bit of a physical affair and a chance for it to be tight coming down the stretch. That's exactly what we got. Walk us through the play, you guys. I mean, I think you had that final possession about 40 seconds or so, 35 seconds. What was the play? And, I mean, Tate came wide open, easy bucket.
Yeah, we were – our guys did a good job of recognizing that we needed to hold it, get the last shot, or, down to the wire at least. Called a timeout after they ran some time off. And, it was kind of for – if Isaiah, I thought, had someone on him that he could maybe get to the rim on. So we were going to have him come off, and we wanted Tate to slip it. And if he didn't get it, then he was just clearing out. Ended up, they kind of tried to jump it, and we slipped it, and Tate made the basket.
And then the timeout, a couple of timeouts, so a little bit of a wait there. And then did you see the foul? Was it tough to tell from your angle? Either way, missed free throw, and you guys get the board.
Yeah, I mean, you get in those situations in a game, and, sometimes, foul got called. And but that's just the way stuff happens sometimes. I know their feet got tangled up. So, it can probably go either way in that situation, and went with a foul. But we're just happy we were able to get out of here with a win.
They hit three threes in the first quarter, another three quickly in the second, and then not another one until the fourth quarter. And the two they hit were pretty timely as it sent them from a deficit to a 2-point lead. And you guys kind of had to rally back here.
Yeah, I think it was tied at one point. We called the timeout, and I thought we weren't very composed, but then, they hit a couple of huge threes. I mean, and it's their two guys that shoot their best shooters, and, they hadn't really shot it great the whole game, so it's no surprise that they came through in the clutch. I was just happy our guys we were able to come down and get, a basket and then take the lead and kind of switch to man after that. And I don't know, that was like 3 minutes to go. I think we switched to man, and they really didn't score after that.
Kellen, his threes, he had 3 of them, and at least 2 of them were real timely in the third quarter.
Yeah, Kellen played probably one of the better games he's played all year.
14 points.
He's coming along. He's getting more aggressive. He's getting more confident. And, we just got to continue to get better, not just him, but our whole team. And, I think we've taken big strides pretty, frequently this year. And hopefully we can keep it going until the end of the year.
Yeah, back to 500 now, 8-8, and it'll be nice to get 2 games next weekend rather than 1. Like Coach Balish said, 10 of your last – you've had a bunch of practices and very little action on the game floor. It'll be nice to get 2 in next week.
Yeah, if we can – it gets to be a long week. I think, as a coach, it's kind of long, and I'm sure it's really long for a player. And, we got 2 huge opponents, 2 district opponents coming up, and it'll be good to get two games under our belt, and hopefully we can get some.
I'm sure you watched. I did last night. Lions, they took Gehring apart, really no issues at all, and that Coach Baker's got them going right now.
Yeah, Alliance is playing really well. And Case and Clark is playing at a really high level, I think. The games that I've watched, he's scoring from all 3 levels. He's rebounding, he's defending, he's passing. He's doing everything right now. And at 6'5", he presents a really tough matchup, not only for us, but for pretty much anybody they play.
And they don't seem to make a lot of mistakes. When they were in here that last time and beat you, it was just a lot of back cuts, passes on the money, and they were clicking.
Yeah, they're solid, across the board. They're disciplined. They take care of it. They do what they're supposed to do. And they're not really going to beat themselves. You're going to have to actually go in and take it from them.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Appreciate you stopping up. Nice comeback victory here down the stretch. Back to 500 for Scottsbluff. They win at 55-53. Coach, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch up next week.
All right, sounds good.
You bet. We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Chris back with you here on the network. KNDB.TV coverage, radio on the trail. Let's get to a check of the postgame stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply and the Rockville Division Service and Equipment for Natrona County. Scoring by quarter, 14, 14, and 10, and then 15 down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Scoring by half, they go 28 and 25 for Scottsbluff. They go 14, 13, 13, and 15. And they finished at that 2-point win, 55-53. For Natrona County, 3 in double figures. Jace George led with 15, 12 apiece for Ryan Swan and Kobe Kelly. Looking at the Scottsbluff side, leading scorer Kellen Harris with 14. Tyler Hari had 9, as did Trevor Schwartz. 7 off the bench, all in the second half for Isaiah Mendoza. Did not play in the first half, but 7 off the bench in the second half. Game-winning basket for Talkington, 5 points. 5 points off the bench, all in the second quarter for Jackson Ostick. And James Bruner finished with 6 and got the closeout rebound off the missed free throw on the final in the final few seconds of this matchup. We'll come back, get to our Taco John's player of the game right after this. Scottsbluff a 2-point winner on the West Coast scoreboard.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
The holidays are a time to connect with family, with friends, with each other. After a busy year, the holidays are the perfect time for laughing together, playing together, talking together, and celebrating together. Spend time this holiday season connecting with the people that mean the world to you, and let Allo take care of the connectivity.
Chris Cottrell back with you as we wrap things up from Scottsbluff High School here early this evening. Had the girls game earlier, a 80-70 win for Natrona County Phillies. They put up 80 points, a 46-point first half. Just finished up our boys game. Scottsbluff wins at 55-53. Time for our Taco John's player of the game. Make Taco John's a game day tradition. Unwrap the original at Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gary. Kellen Harris, you heard Coach say maybe his best game he's played this year, led the team with 14 points. Kellen Harris, your Taco John's player of the game in this 2-point win over Natrona for Scottsbluff. That'll do it for our doubleheader on the network here early this mid-afternoon into the early evening. A 1-1 split for Scottsbluff. Girls fall to Natrona 80-70. Boys a winner 55-53. Big thanks on the TV side from Nick and Chad helping us out here on site, and of course radio as well on the trail. Glad to have you along. A doubleheader split for Scottsbluff at home. Boys a winner, and the girls fall by 10. That'll do it for our broadcast. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. So